Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. So today we are gonna be casting some tournaments games. Originally I was hoping to be able to start now with the first game number 2 between Yapaz and Kerb, but unfortunately there has been some delay. So instead we're just gonna cast a game that has already been played. Gonna do a replay, the cast of a replay, and not a live cast, but hopefully, Yapaza and Kerb will start the game after the first one is done, and then we can still watch that live. Also, a little bit later, in about 1 hour, Gosgod and Paladin Leper are starting picks and pans for their game. So this is the second set of games that I plan to live cast today. And, maybe it actually just so happens that with casting this game now and then delay, we can just immediately go to Gosgod's game. But let's see where this takes us. So, I had a quick look at somewhat short games that we can take a look at that are good for a recast, for a cast. And the one that I selected, if I can find it, was between... Oh, did I put it in the right folder? Maybe that's the reason why. It should be. It's between Skoder and Roy. Oh, there it is. I'm just blind. So yeah, this is a game that we're going to take a look at while we're waiting for Yapaz and Kerb to do picks and pans and everything. So just as a disclaimer, I've actually seen at least a part of that live, not all of it. It looked like it was a good game. So let's take a look at this again, because I think that's actually a fun one and a good example of how to play this map, or one way of playing this map. Now we actually have a quite interesting matchup. We do have Roy on the left in red playing 84th on FOB Victory. I'm actually quite surprised that it is slip through the bands on this map. I would consider that to be quite strong. And then on the blue side, we do have Skoder playing 12 SS, which is a vision we hardly ever see on Maverick. So We for Victory is one of those incomes that is kind of very skill-based, so depending on the skill, Maverick counters it, or V for Victory counters Maverick. It depends on the skill of both players, basically. Both with the income as well as with their division. Because if you're good at Maverick and your opponent's not good at V for Victory, but you can't play your division and can't push properly, you have a very, very narrow time window to actually push. So yeah. Oh, hold on, I have the issue again that I see the comments in translated version, which is annoying. So apparently that is a thing that YouTube decided to force on me now. So I'm gonna just give me a second to change the settings. It's annoying if you answer to everything in English and you see the chat messages translated to German. There is a setting, I figured it out last time, I just need to figure it out again. There we go. I do not want it to be translated. And I think now we're good, hopefully. All right. I've never actually had the pleasure to playing against him. So I may or may not get there this season. Let's wait and see. But yeah, also, while I've quickly paused it, let's just take a quick look at... No updates from Yapaz so far. So yeah, we're gonna watch this replay as we wait for Yapaz and Kerb. It looks like we do have a little bit of an Unga Bunga rush here by Roy in the south, trying to get in here. It's a pretty classical thing to do with the Soviets. It's like, if you play against Soviets on this map and they're on the red side, it is very common for them to either rush you up here or down here. So you can kind of prepare for that. Very, very, very rarely they try to kind of rush you up in here, or sometimes see people trying to rush into this, which doesn't give you a flag, but gives you a very good position. It's also easy to cut off though. But yeah, this is not really that surprising. A lot of superb PPSH, a lot of superb PPSH, some OB25s and 45 mils. It's trying to reinforce this, which may give him 1 or 2 flags depending on how things go. Now, Skoda in the south is only having a Pantagran and some SPWs there for defense. It's still a lot more than people put there. Very often people actually just put like a flamer there if they intend to push somewhere else, which, as you can see, he does. But Skoda decided to go with something in between, not like a push, but have a proper deployment there to defend, which is probably smarter than just a flamer, but it kind of depends on the game plan. He's very weak in the center though, just an IG-18 and the Pantagran. We do also have a tank here, by the way. There's not that many of those in 84. The big push from Skoda is coming in the center. It's not really a big surprise. You can, if you have the right mix of tools, quite easily push into this and then just secure off the edge of the hill, get 2 flags for free, be in a very, very annoying position for your opponent, and he's going to have to work his way back in, which is quite rough. Also helps a lot that he also immediately tries to push into this, because this then allows you to extend into this flag, but also helps to secure this off properly. Roy is going defensively there, nothing special. He does not try to actually stop this here. With the 45 mils and the OB25s in the fast transports, you can actually do that. You can deploy multiple things up here if you want to take the gamble that your opponent is actually pushing this. And try to stop it rather than push yourself. You can actually do that, but he decides not to. And up north here, defensive deployments all around as well. Mostly some flamers and support and AT tools. We do also have a recon plane on Skoda's side, which gives him all that sweet information. So a lot of high-level players do value recon planes a lot for deployment, and personally I do as well, just because it's so helpful to know exactly where your opponent is deploying and what he's doing. Something that should not be underestimated. Because now he knows that the Unga Bunga rush is coming. Now in this particular case, there's not much he can actually do about it. But you can sometimes adjust. Like if there's more units pushing in here, I would, if I were him, just decide to go defensively. Because if you try to contest it up here against the fast transports, you might lose some units, so things like that. It is of course what you can do. Or if Roy had actually nothing here now, which is not the case, he could try to adjust and just rush in even deeper without any... without holding back in any way. We do have an early Yak 1B coming in for the SK18. For the IG18. I would argue that this is probably not the biggest problem for him at the moment. Since if he gets close in here, he gets there anyway. It's like this is not stopping any if there's a pre-PPSH. This is what he needs to be worried about. Much more. But it still gives him the flag though. Yak9 tries to go after JU188 but gets stopped by the flag SKF set 11 and the 20 mil there. Not something we see every day, people using those. Oh, and the Yak1 goes down. See, this is the problem. Again, I say this again and again. 20 mils don't stop you, but they can kill you. And that is what makes them so dangerous, because you get too close to them and then you go down. And you can get too close because they don't pin you in time. So this is one of the things that makes them... People underestimate them quite a bit. That doesn't mean that a single 20 mils are good, but a double vet 2 of them, solid if you fly directly over them for a prolonged period of time. After kills off the Schrumpire. But yeah, we don't see people using them very often because this combination is still not good against most planes. Against a bad resilience plane that flies directly over them, it works. But if the Yak tried to drop his bombs over here and then immediately turned away, it would have been quite a different situation. It is, of course, cheaper. I don't actually know from the top of my head what 12 has in terms of AA. It definitely has the Wirbelwind, if I'm not mistaken, which is ridiculously expensive. So maybe, yeah, big fan of Roy's different income. I figured. But, yeah, it is really, as I said earlier, it's V for Victory is a very skill dependent income, because it depends both on your skill and the skill of your opponent. when it comes to this particular matchup. Because if you are not good enough with V for Victory, but your opponent is good with Maverick and the division is playing, he can pressure you. If he is not good at either or both of these things and cannot actually pressure you, he has a very narrow time window where he can actually push, and that's going to get tricky. If both are very good with it, I would go with what Emil says. If both are proficient with the division and their income, V for Victory generally is a good pick. But you first have to get proficient with it, which is the bigger problem here. 85 mil coming into force of the JU 188. This is definitely something we see a lot more often nowadays after it has been buffed, and it's lovely to see. A lot of people value these now, and it's actually a really good tool because, you know, dual purpose tools are quite useful in general. If you don't rely on it as your only AA, it is quite powerful. Especially this one, 90 points, is actually quite affordable. This is the APCR version as well, so that one does do some damage. Like, that can hurt. Hello, Minivan Clan. We are watching currently Roy versus Schroeder as we are waiting for Yapaza and Curb to do their picks and bans because they are a little bit delayed. Well, by a little bit, I mean like over half an hour, but let's see. So Schroeder just slowly fixing his frontline situation in the south. That's the problem with the Unga Bunga Rush. You can't really do much else. Like, you get in and this is it. So you need to get something, and Roy, with his positioning of his units with the Unga Bunga Rush, he didn't get, you know, he's not in a position where he can actually hold the flag. And that is the big problem. Right? So, not generally, but just in this particular map. On a lot of maps, obviously, it is quite different. If there's more rows of houses, you can rush all the way in and secure and hold it, but get in and hold it. But for the time, for a brief moment, for a short amount of time, but this is not one of those situations. This is, again, what makes this rush relatively risky. Because now Schroeder actually, he got that flag for basically free. And now he can just walk something and get it back. Miniok says, I thought they were playing at 99. Well, they roughly, after picks and bans were done, but I got a message from Yapaza saying that Curb is not answering yet. I don't know how it is looking yet. They might have started, to be honest. So maybe my comment here was not quite correct. So... Hi Roy, yeah, I've seen this when it was played. I think it was actually a really nice game to watch because it was looking good for you for a while, and then it was not looking so good, and then it was looking good again. Like, there was a little of back and forth. It was not a very long one, but it was there was a lot of back and forth there, which I enjoyed quite a lot. We also do have another 85 mil, and these are actually in a very good position here in channel. Obviously, it looks quite risky out in the open, but it is now close enough where But I mean, this may be a little bit too close because now IG-teens can go after it. But if it's at the right range, he can realistically go after the Guerrilla if it's supported by the OB-25s, which have heat shell. The Guerrilla can't really peek over here. Right? It peeks over the edge of the hill and is going to get blasted. So Roy's doing a good job of just making sure that Skoda cannot really push out, like down from the hill, which is a problem for Skoda because he has pushed here and now he's not going to get much for it. As you can see, he's not really able to push any further, so the flag might actually just go back. Koenig says, I would say that you didn't place the right way from that side. There comes another yak. Yeah, it's going to where the A is, so not going to go very well. It's going to get stopped. I think it's going to get out. Yeah, it's going to get out, but it is smoking. Now 81 will more to come in, so it looks like Skoda is actually trying to just like make his way in here with a mortar. Royce has not used to be for Victory and was too scared to get bigger units and push more in A. I think so far the big problem that has happened for you is you did like a rush in here that did not do actually anything, right? You get ground, but you don't get any flags. And if you add up all of these superior PPSH, one of them is cheap, yes, but if you add up all of the superior PPSH, that is still, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 70 points there, and you have to divide the DP, so that brings us to 120 points, and then you have all of these support and AT weapons there, so it just adds up. And again, this does not give you anything, and it does not stop Skoda from making any push that blue side realistically does. I think that's the big problem with this. Not so much. I think, like, for example, the defense is actually quite nice. The next big problem is, of course, that there's no proper defense coming in here to reinforce this before it gets pushed. We do have now a bunch of Gavardia and Saperi coming in, so Roy, by the looks of it, wants to force his way back onto the hill. And there's now an IG-33 up on the hill here. It is not in range to kill the KV-8S. The Panzer IV, on the other hand, is in a position to do that. Right, it's not... isn't heat shell range? No, it is not. Oh, it's turned off anyway. So, it's just gonna eventually kill it with HE if the Panzer IV doesn't do it before that. Ooh, there we go. Down it goes. 81 mil, yeah, it's trying to... oh, it's actually finding the T-34... yeah, that is a bit of a problem. That is not the thing that's holding him back here. I mean, truthfully, these things are what's being a problem for Skoda at the moment. Koenig says defending the big hill is the first thing you have to do, because there you give chance to have shorter ranges to kill IS-2s and IS-152. Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, it is like blue does 3 things usually on this map. You either push this, which is not very common these days, especially you do with 12th versus Soviet Division. You do not push here. You do not want to do that. Option 2, you push this and get the two flags, get the 2K. This is good. Also, if you don't get this, at least what's not going to happen is Red cannot bring his, Koenig talked about this, the IS-2 up here, and then zone out blue from this area. Because you can't push with the IS-2 up here. And then the other option that blue has is rush this, which also leaves you at 2K, which is also not good against the IS-2 division, because the IS-2 is going to wreck you. Now we do see a fresh pusher, and Roy's getting punished for not actually putting up defenses over here. I think he's focusing too much on trying to get back on the hill, whereas if once blue has this hill, it either pushes off to secure it, or it just leaves it, like Skoda does here. So the next thing that's usually going to happen is a push on either this hill over here, or this side, which is what we are seeing right now. Oh, we have Luna here. And also, I've been told that picks and bans are starting for Curb and Yapasa now. So that should mean that hopefully once we're through with this, we are going to get to see that game. Yeah, I think Skoda's not been that active, Luna. I think it's just I think he pretty much just came back for this tournament so far. I've not at least seen anything from him. Panzer IV here. Spawning something but and losing line of sight again. Oh, we do have the first ace of the game in. We have Kretschmar coming in for nothing yet. And we do have a Panther D. A lonely Panther D. It's not defended by anything here really on the IGAT, which is a bit odd. Nothing to spot for it. No A, no nothing. That's actually quite ballsy. But I think it might actually pay off here as a row of T-34Es is coming in, which is not quite what Roy needs at that moment against the Panther, which obviously he doesn't know is there. Maybe now he knows. We also do have a Beute Firefly coming in for the open, so it looks like Scott is trying to actually get back into the center here as well. But the Panzer IV is still in a dominant position here. He needs to be careful of the 45mm. If it moves forward just a bit, can get line of sight of that and kill it, unless the IG-33 sees and kills it before. I mean, Roy is getting back onto the hill, but I mean, the problem here is what is it going to get for it? I think that the flags have already been secured, as far as I'm concerned, because the OB25 and the 85mm are preventing Skoda from fully pushing off the hill. So there's no real need to get back into this position. Obviously, it's good because then there can't be hidden AT guns in there and whatnot, but is it worth the effort? I don't know. We also do have the IC-152 over here, which is now by looks like going for that Panzer IV, and that Skoda has not noticed. Let's see if it will hit or if it will miss. If you listen to attack power, it cannot miss. If you listen to the stats, it should miss. Let's let's see how this is going to go. Might just give him the cast's curse here. Sorry if I do. Kretschmar is moving in to engage on some stuff. Niki, the Panther D, is not in range to kill off those T-34s, and it looks like Roy has noticed and now shifting around, trying to get in a close position to fight those Panzer IVs. Panther D, meanwhile, is by looks of bullying the Stravniki as well, but now has lost. Yeah, now it's out of range. J188 coming in, giving some more important information. There is the 85mm here to force it off though, but that's going to take, well, Skoda's still on 1311. Just slowly taking Roy down, but it's not that far. Roy has done a good job so far holding. But he's still down this one flag, and it does not look like it's going to change anytime soon. Tapera getting bullied by a by Pioneer. It's a Panzer Force. IC-152 still engaging. Oh, it did kill off the IG-33. Looks like Skoda backed off with Panzer IV. I'm not 100% sure. It's just out of range. Okay, maybe it's not, or it spots something else. No, it's not out of range. Line of sight tool being wonky as always. First shot missed. Luna says Roy can easily get a flag by pushes infantry near the church. He could, yeah. I'm not sure why he doesn't. Oh, and he's not going to get... Oh, no. It missed the second time. And it's not going to get a third chance. It's the Panzer IV now backing up. Backing off. We do have another Panzer coming in. Next to the boy, the Fireflies. So that's going to be a triple star. It's going to be quite nice for both spotting and hitting things. Pack 40 coming in on... Oh, this hill is... Yeah, this is a good position for Pack 40. We do have the first IS-2 coming in. Now, I still need to... I need to really do this. I still want a soundboard and then get, like, the air horn for whenever we do see a heavy tank. Just for fun. But, yeah, the IS-2 alarm... IS-2 is arriving. Now, this can force Skoda to back off here with Panther D. Because at max range, the Panther D is not going to win against that IS-2. T-34s have been pushing around here. Oh, they're seeing the Panzer IV. No, they're seeing the MG42. Panzer IV is still spotting the Stravniki. Oh, and the OB25 is in a bad position there. Not really much you can do. There is a mobile wagon now in, so the Yak-1 will probably be forced off, and if it does not, it might just get killed here. Yeah, there we go. It might actually still die. The mobile one is a Flak 43, which is lethal, and the 20 mils has had a go at it previously as well. 81 mil in the meantime is going after the IC-152. I mean, can work. Does not necessarily work. The IC-152 is backing, yeah, it's moving back as it is definitely outgunned here against a Panther and the Firefly, and is also running low on AP shells. Now, one thing that actually Skoda could do here, could just try to bait it out with the SK set, get that last AP shell out, and then he could just basically engage for free. It's one of the things you can do against the IC-152s. You have to be very on top of your micro with your IC-152 to spot that in time. Now, the Panzer IVs have been shifted over here as the IS-2 is getting closer, and that also happens to bring the perfect position to counter these T-34Es, although it looks like the SPW is also working on that quite wonderfully. But Skoda actually got another flag to Shumpai. It's a very thin hold, so if Roy can somehow get rid of that, he might have a chance of getting back in there. But he also needs to get something closer still. And the Edge-33 and the Panda are preventing this quite perfectly. Someone says, even the Yak-1 isn't quite fragile enough to die to a single no-vet flag gun. Where you would be surprised. Well, it's not a single flag gun. It died to... We had a previous loss to this thing right here and 120 mil. Now, the double vet, of course, but still. point stand. SPW rushing in, probably trying to clear the way here for a potential attack into this flag, but the OB-25 with his heat shell is shooting. No, it's not. What is it doing? It looked like it was going after something, but maybe it wasn't. Panzer IVs here are left on their own. They see something moving up here and are backing up. IG-33 having a go at the IS-2. So far the IS-2 not doing a ton of damage to it. And we also have reinforcement from an IC-152. Looks like Roy's also now bringing his Su-76, which is one of his only like medium tank-ish things. Obviously, it does not have any armor like a medium tank, but it's kind of a replacement for that because you really don't get much of these in this division. 45mm spots a Panzer IV, which should be an easy kill for the 45mm at this range. And is one of the main reasons why you don't want to bring Panzer IVs up close. Of course, you might have to if you don't have anything else at close range, but it's still quite problematic. Wolfram now coming in, so Skoda actually doing a great job of doing what you should always do when you're on the attack. You just cycle through. He pushed here, got kind of stopped, didn't overcommit to pushing these flags. Instead, he got these, and now he's slowly preparing for the next push over here, although he might be overdoing it by still trying to get into this as well, which... Mind you, Roy has rushed this. Roy has a lot of things in here. And again, it's not really giving any of the too much. This is just a lot of space that is not giving a flag. I definitely can see why Skoda wants to clear it out at least a little bit, because otherwise that could be a very, very easy push for Roy. If it just, once he gets his sea-face income, he doesn't need that much more forces there to just get that immediately. Ju-188 coming in. Oh, there we go. Curve is coming with the update. Yeah, I mean, I would argue that different time zones are annoying for everyone, but I really think that you got maybe the worst one for that. Not because it is necessarily worse for planning. It's just that you being one of the only ones from that time zone means you basically always get screwed by time zones, whereas if you're from Europe or even the US, you have a way, way easier time scheduling games. Big Wolfram strike for the central town here. I'm still surprised it goes after this and is not actually trying to support this push over here. Since again, I kind of feel like this is not really needed. But now he's advancing forward. I mean, most of the things are pinned. If he does not get too close to this PPSH, he can probably get a lot of surrenders here. And he got a tank kill, so, you know, you don't complain about that. Now, this Yak one over here is actually, I think, saving this one from certain death, as it would have rushed into the PPSH, and now he can stop from doing so. So I think that might actually, despite the damage being done, I think might have actually helped Skoda more than it hurt him. We also do have the second ace coming in. We have the Tiger E from Wittmann coming in as well for the town, of all things, but I mean, there's not that many things that they can really deal with that. He probably also spotted that with the Ju-188 before it got forced off. Of course, the only thing that is really dangerous up close, that is not super expensive, is the Su-76. And that is actually, with the APCR, really dangerous to the Tiger. If there's at least a second one. Even just one, maybe. Oh, over here, we have missed something, but again, I've seen this game actually when it was live, because, again, it's a good game. This is why I'm showing it to you again. We had a nice little flank here. The IS-2 did go down, and what happened is the Panther... So the IS-2 was nicely flanked by the two Panzer IVs here and the Panther, and it just couldn't angle correctly, and it couldn't decide where to angle, and the Panther D got a nice side shot on it, which is a very, very good play by Skoda. Sad, really, really sad that we missed it, but it's kind of hard to remember the exact timings, so I'm really sorry for that, but that was a really, really good play. If we still need to kill some time until the other two guys are playing the game, we can actually quickly skip ahead and have a quick watch, because that was a really nice play and a very good example of how you can win fights against a super heavy tank. If you don't have to pen for the frontal armor, if you can force a way for it to get into side shot position, it's an easy kill. And the cool thing about that is, again, you hold this, and unless the IS-2 is like somewhere over here where it can't really threaten this, there's not really a way to prevent this. You could have like a Panzer over here. If you have strong enough AT, of course you can, right? As there's 2 over here, maybe something else like moving up over there. It could definitely work. It's not impossible, but it's definitely a nice way to force it here. Oh, over here, flag 36, not flag. 37 mil has been spotted. The Wolframen immediately going after it. Well, it has been targeted on it previously. I think the position has been known since the J188 got forced back from it. I'm not sure if it's going to survive that. It is falling back. It might move out of the area in time. The other question is that even if it gets away, which by the looks of it, it does, it's going to save much? Probably not. And now Pioneer just driving in. RDP here trying to hold off some of the armor. Yak 1B coming in. But yeah, this is not going to make any difference over here. No AA coming in, but I would argue Skoda doesn't really need any AA. Half-Track just pushing forward to get the flag. 59 for Skoda. 4 minutes into C phase. But this is quite important because, again, the time window that you have as Maverick versus V for Victor is very, very narrow to actually get a push and win. But there's 9 minutes left. So Roy needs to be quite careful over here. And he has just lost the IS-2, which means that basically Roy does not have any pushing power here whatsoever. And Skoda's in a quite strong position there. Now, Roy has gotten this flag back, but he needs to work to get back into that one. Although there could definitely be ways, since this is still not properly secured off, I think there might be opportunities for him to kind of try to fight his way from over here. It's a bit risky, not impossible. A row of SU-76s are trying to come in and fix this whole problem right here. And they might arrive if Skoda is not fast enough. Obviously, does not know that they're coming. And now the... No, Wittmann is not sure what he's doing. Alcla is also moving forward. Over here, some superb passage have forced back a Pioneer. So some more work is needed there. Another tank's coming in. J188 providing some nice information over here. And we do see a Focke-Wulf. I think it was the first plane that we see from Skoda. It's just trying to dislodge the Saperi rocks so that he gets that flag back to the 15-9 as he's pushing for this flag right here, which is probably better holdable long term than the other one. And this is actually really dangerous now because this position is really painful to take back once you lose it. So if Skoda actually gets this and also can push into town and still holding this hill, this is really, really rough and near impossible for Red Side to get back from. So you definitely do not want to lose this. And if you do lose it, it's already hard, but you do need to have some control over this. If you lose control over all of those, you're just in a very, very bad spot because you just can't really push back on the hill because you always get flanked from the other hill. It is a nightmare. Wittmann currently going after some infantry, and over here we do have the S-76 engaging. Oh no, the SAGF set, not the Panzer Fools yet, but the Panzer Fools are turning, maybe, yes. And APCR is turned on. Which means that, well, one of the Panzer IV is going down, but the other one gets another shot off. And I think now it's going to go down. No, not yet. But they shoot so fast, they reload so fast. So, still going to work. Hansegren now pushing for it. Trying to get close here to surrender that Strafniki. Which is on the run. But that brings it dangerously close to those Su-76s. And that is quite the problem over here. We also have a 122 unit for quite some time. It's now going after Wittmann. Oh, and there we go. One of the S-76 goes down. He's going for the next one, moving forward. Roy has not yet noticed. And here goes another one. AZ-152 is double teamed now by the Firefly and Wittmann. It looks like it did take out the Panda that was there. No, Roy, Kirk, this is not a model. This was actually yesterday's game between Roy and Skoda for FOB Arena Season 2. Yeah, I think Roy was probably just a little bit too early to buy this artillery piece. Not the only mistake here, of course, but I think he wanted to immediately get it back on the counter-offensive and was not really aware that Skoda still had a lot of forces on the field just because of his Yeah, just because of the strong income that he just had. And now the Focke-Wulf's coming in with the 37 mil over here gone. He can actually bomb his way back in here. The Perpy Sage has been spotted. Oh, 45 mil. If he could have gotten a side shot, would have been dangerous for Whitman, but not like that. Bombing around clears things out. Hi, FOB Lord. Not gonna hang out long. Just wanted to check in before heading to bed. Well, nice to see you here anyway. If you stick around for a little bit longer, we must hopefully soon see Curve versus Yapasa. And if not, hope you have a good night. SS76s moving up. If they get close, if they get within close range, they can actually kill Whitman. But that's not going to solve the problem that Roy needs to get back into this hill, which is going to be very annoying and quite tricky to do. And it's going to take a while. If you don't have an off-map or rocket arty, it's going to take ages because you slowly have to grind it down with the 122, which is currently going after where Tiger Whitman used to be. Curb says, I got her for Curry on Harrow. Wow. Okay, I will find a way to fuck it up. Well, I mean, you're gonna find a way. But yeah, your games have not been going very well lately. I know what is going on. I mean, you know better than us, but it's like it's not very typical of you. I feel like some of the plays we've seen very lately. Are you just having like kind of a rough time finding the right rhythm? Because I do know how that feels. Believe me. But yeah, I mean, not sure what Yapasa was doing there, because giving that division to Curb on Harrow is usually a death sentence, and he knows that. So it's either a massive bait, or Yapasa's also a bit out of practice. Curb has made some poor picks and bans. Ah, okay. Wait, you or him? Or both, I guess. Like you in general, or Yapasa now in this particular case? Maybe people know how to ban against me more now. Yeah, I think this is a huge thing. I've noticed it with not just you, but other people as well. Like, once you know how certain people tend to play, it's you can kind of figure out how to ban specifically against them. Oh, and there we go, Roy's horrendous. He had an Rise 2 up north, by the way. But I think he just realized that there's no way he got the flags he needed in the time he needed. And the trade difference was also massive with almost 1,500 points, which is like, yeah, this is huge. Roy got basically half of the kills at Skodegaard. That's quite the difference. Solafin says, unusual to see Ace Tiger dominate. True, the Aces did not die. This is not very common. Because the Aces always die. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Curb. If you forgot it, I think it's gonna be in for some bad times. But let's see. Do we know what he picked already? I'm quite curious to see now. Well, bans are over anyway, right? So I can basically I can say things without Curb getting advantage from it, because I would not be surprised if you pass a counter pick with SD. That is something that Yapasa would do in this particular matchup, I think. Although I'm not so sure how good it is against Hage, because the problem with it is all the good armor that you get to counter some armor divisions is not very fast. And you don't get bazookas, which is quite tricky in that matchup. So, but Yapasa knows how to use it. It can. I think it can work. So this is something that would not be surprised to see, to be honest. But I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see what he comes up with. I'm quite curious to see what he comes up with. So yeah, let's wait. I don't really think it's worth starting another cast, since I think it's probably not going to be that long until they start deploying. So we're just going to fill the time in some other way until we get there. We can we can actually spend the time thinking about what would work against Hage on Harashaya. Because it's always nice to do these little for things. Okay, you get this good division actually slipping through. What do you pick? I think for allied sides, if we go through it, no. I think third is pretty much a safe pick here. It is slow. That is the downside. But your armor is efficient enough to deal with it. You have problems at range, but on how you can get around that. You have plenty of bazookas. Your AA is a little bit problematic because you can get a lot of air assets just easily killed off by that Ju-87 tank buster. But at the same time, the AA is not horrible enough for this to not be preventable. Fedionkina, no, Fedionkina is not good to counter it. Fedionkina gets none of the things you want to have against that division. I know it's probably a joke. I think you like the division, but this is not good to counter an Axis division on Harrow. Not at all. The Sherman is about the only thing that works well there. Not having bazookas again is a problem. Like, you can circumvent the no bazooka problems to some extent if you have the right armor mix. It's still not going to be, it's still not fully solved it, but you can. Oh, he picked Axis according to. All right, let's maybe start here. How can you counter that? Obviously, the greatest Finnish division of all. No, but hold on, we can actually just fix that. There we go. I mean, what would work against Age? I think... Oh, I have two... Oops. That was from the recent cast. I think Panzari could actually work, honestly. But it is risky. It is quite risky. But your AA is probably good enough. Oh my lord, this is not... Just spotted a mistake here. It's probably not the only mistake in this deck. But I mean, you have your mix of armor, I think, works against the division. The problem is, once again, the speed. The lat is about the only thing. Punch is still open, but it's not Basal. Yeah, this is definitely true. I think that would work as well against Hage. I don't think it would be a bad pick. I think Kessel, even if it was left open, would not be a good idea. 14, probably not a good idea either. No. Risky, but Monte counters armored division, or sorry, mechanized division, not armored division. Mechanized division somewhat well, but I'm not sure of an. I think on Harrow it's not really good enough for it. I mean, it's one of the best divisions for that map, so it's going to be hard to counter. I think one of the two Pancellas could maybe do it. Yeah, this one can probably do it. That one could maybe do it. I'm wondering if 9th would actually work. It's usually not very good, but the lack of, like, not having that many heavies is not as big of a problem on this map. You get the light armor to counter it. Then you have these efficient AT tools. You have an off map. You have some good RT. Your A is actually good. The other good thing is these things. We've talked a lot about these in like a few weeks ago during the charity tournament. But I would argue this thing is usually it usually doesn't make a difference because the Panzergren is so good already that having some G43 slapped on it is not really like you win against the Gavadia already. If you get G43s instead of your Car 98s, it's not going to make it that much better. But if you play against other Axis units, this actually makes a difference. So this would actually maybe work. Kirby's joking around about 716th. I mean, you would love that, would you? Free win for you. Free win for you. Beamer says I'd much rather the AT than the G43s. It really, in this division, not in my opinion, because you get plenty of light armor yourself, so you can deal with the light armor. And on top of that, what those can do is they will win you some infantry fights, which which your regular Panzergrenzer will not do as consistently, unless the Veterans is better or there's a cover difference. So against other Axis divisions, G43s are actually, those units are actually useful. Other than that, the upgrade to get those is mostly not relevant. Like it doesn't. Maybe 20, maybe 50 Gebirgs. I like it a lot. So maybe I'm biased, but I think that could actually work. Now, I do not want to play this against Curb because Curb's still going to win, but that has not so much to do with the division, but me not being able to play against Curb's playstyle at all. I just cannot handle it. With any division, doesn't really matter what kind of division. But I actually think that would be a nice option. I'm not sure what else Jipaza could realistically pick here. These you don't want to do. No. Jipaza lost this division, but no. 20th, yes, but it's not really his playstyle. No. Actually, yeah, maybe. I think Gross Deutschland would not be a bad pick. 18th, if it was available, would also be a good pick. Probably banned. I'm wondering if this might work. Probably not, no. I have in a very recent stream, I think it was a stream. Or maybe I was just sitting, no, I think it might have just been sitting in Discord and talking to people. Mentioned that I think this is a bit underrated. And I think in my opinion, it works quite well against divisions that are heavily reliant on lighter armor. Because you can just spam a ton of these guys, and you can support your infantry with these, which against light armor are really not that bad either. This one is actually good against light armor. This one is more of an anti-half-track tool. Still useful though. The problem is you really don't have a very good amount of like medium AT. But I actually like that a lot. But the problem is you don't have enough for Harrow specifically. You just do not have the amount of CQC you need for it. But it looks like we got the pick. Jipaza just messaged me, so he did pick Hardneck. Which I don't know, honestly. I think it's probably hard to tell. Yeah, we already went through the Pancellos being by Gibbers. Second, and in my opinion, also first, would both be solid counter picks here. Not the end-all be-all, but good enough. But it's most likely banned, and the other problem is Jipaza is not an armor player. So we will go for the infantry division, which he did. Because he picked that one. I mean, the strength of this is that CQC it will win. There's no debate about that. It will have a good tank buster. Like, these are actually quite good. Which can nicely do with the armor if Curb is not careful. It doesn't have a ton of light AT, which is a little bit worrying. And in this particular matchup, I personally would love to have 2 cards of Panzerwreck, and it's really hard to fit that in there. Also, you don't have that much armor to kind of counter it. So the combination of these two things can be a little bit worrying. The Panzer III is really nice, although Hage gets that as well. But you get an off map to make your way back in. You get some good artillery. Again, you have a good and a very scary air force, especially for a tank division. This is very scary. And the infantry fight is going to win easily. So it will really depend on how well the Jipaza can handle the light armor. And that is going to be the very tricky part here. Handling that light armor. That's not going to be easy. Robert says it's got a card of 45mm, that's plenty of light AT, and it's got the others. Yeah, but you only have the one card of T34, and you only have the one card of... sorry, at the 45mm have the problem that they're very stationary, which, depending on how the game goes, is all you need, or can be problematic. Like, and I know I'm not the only one with this, but people say this all the time. Yeah, you have an AT gun, but I see myself plenty often in a situation where this is not going to cut it again, because of the mobility issue, that it can't just easily turn. And there's just areas where you can get forced out of because the 45mm cannot really hold it properly. And if you do, you just see yourself losing. Oh, I'm not debating that he can do it. It's just, it's definitely not the best at doing it. I think it has the tool, it has tools to deal with it, but is it going to be sufficient? This is where I have some doubts. It can really go either way, in my opinion. Yeah, you have the Panzer VM. This is true. But again, it's not a lot of tools for that. And then Hage comes with efficient hand fight tools as well, which you do not have that many of, especially if you need them to deal with the light armor as well. So it's a very hit or miss. But where I can see most of the damage being done is this right here. Like, this is really lethal especially for Kurt's playstyle. If your parser wants to go all or nothing, and I would not do this play if I was him. Like, this is a really, really stupid idea. But technically, he could open with these two. Curb is always rushing somewhere, and he can easily destroy him with that. Like, just take out all of the wind of his head. It is a stupid idea. I would never do this because it's 180 points of your income, of your starting income. So really, really bad. But in principle, can be done. What Yapaza can do, however, is he can definitely keep like 10 points, or if you place it Maverick, 5 points, ready to go. And then if Kerr brushes, he probably has a recon plane in the opener, which most people do. And then you can just immediately follow up with this, with the first tick of income. That is an option. Rob says the issue with Heartlake is the lack of AT on its if everything else is perfectly fine. I kind of disagree with that take. With the everything else is perfectly fine. I think this really depends a lot on the matchup and situation. I think for very light armor heavy divisions, and on a map where you can move around a lot, this is another thing. If you can just hold 1 or 2 open areas, obviously it's quite a different story. But on a map where you can actually move around the buildings and all that, I think this is not perfect. Like, this is works, but can be dealt with. Like, as in, and it's quite. So the big risk here is if you lose like 1 or 2 of the T-34s, your whole thing can kind of fall apart because you might find gaps to get into positions where you can deal with those 45 mils again. So this is where I see the risk here, which makes me not want to take this against the light armor heavy division personally. But that's my personal thing. But I definitely agree with you. Infantry held AT is a big problem for this division, since most of its line infantry just doesn't get it. And this is one of the things that you only really notice when you actually play against it, or in that situation, or you are the one playing this kind of division in this situation, when your opponent all of a sudden does the wildest plays with his armor because he knows that he can get close to your infantry. He doesn't need to care. That can be quite problematic. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting one. They're both on Maverick by the looks of it. I've not been messaged yet. No, they're also not yet starting. All right, give me just a minute or two for a quick toilet break, and then I will be ready. I will just, there we go. Put this back up. But yeah, just really 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, here I am again. Let's go. I see that the deployment has started. Beamer says, I think the Panzer IVs are nice in this matchup. Upgrade Strig, Hetzer, and Tiger outrange T-34, only slightly downtrade to Martyrs. Yeah, I think it's a good matchup for them. However, on the other side, we do have the Hetzers, which are also good in this matchup, I think. Because they can just nicely take out the Panzer IVs, Yak Panzer IVs, sorry. Although the price difference is really not that big, so this is not, it's not comparable. It's not the same. It's definitely going to be nice though. But yeah, I mean, as soon as you go against heavier Axis armor, having Panzer IVs is quite nice for close range. Obviously, that max range is not going to matter that much. So Curb's got the good side. Although which side is the good side? Again, it always depends a lot on who you're asking. And in my opinion, on this particular map, while it's not perfectly balanced, in general, it depends a lot on the matchup, whether or not one is better for you than the other. If you're good at CQC, this side is arguably better for you. This side is arguably better for you because you can push into this and you can push into this and fight over that. Although you can also fight over this, so it's kind of goes both ways really. Now for Kerr personally, I would argue he definitely wants the blue side. Generally worse side because you can do the curb rush into here, which is something that he's really mastered. It has. I'm not sure. I've never actually seen it done before by anyone. Like, not to that scale. Like, people have tried to push this a little bit, but Kirby's one of the first players I've seen really, like, taking this to the next level and just rushing this super deep and getting kind of everything with a lot of light armor, brute-forcing his way in. It does this on the other side as well. Happened to me in my, not FOB, but, like, the actual league when it was still here, the last season. Just the only one that I've ever played. Happened to me there. So I think he might be doing the same thing over here. But he's not committing that hard here. 22 SPWs. No AT gun from your pass so far. It's probably a mistake. You kind of have to expect a rush from Curve anywhere, really. And like the thing you kind of have to consider, it's not just about being able to hold when you bring in a T-gun. There it comes. It's not just about holding. It's more about slowing down and trading, right? If you can slow down this push a little bit, it gives you more time to react, to build up another line of defense before, for example, this flag will also fall, things like that. Over here, T-34, some defensive units. Yep, not really preparing a push. Interesting enough, he brings a Panzerwreck. Might be doing some infiltration shenanigans over here then. Because why else would you open up with this in this matchup? For defense, I don't think he needs it. Or he's really afraid of losing this flag, who knows? They pass us, maybe the Shosrup is rushing in, but I wouldn't expect more from Yapaz than just one of these rushing in. Panzer freeze in the town, not a real surprise over there. Yapaz brings to VK. He's trying to fight with some light armor versus Argus light armor, which in a 20mm versus 20mm matchup, this thing can work perfectly fine. I don't know the armor of the SPW with the 20mm. But if I think it's similar or less, so the VK should technically be at an advantage. It is slower though, that's definitely a downside. We do have the Strumpire coming in fast transport here, probably rushing in. No Flamer, so Kirby's either not taking them or is taking them in the transport. But I would not be surprised if he just decided to ditch them altogether. Maybe this is the way to go on this division, because I get some really atrocious lock costing. It is needed because the division is already super good as it is. It would be absolutely broken if it also had super cheap slots. So thank God. The slots costing not this bad, but this may be a good reason to not take the Flamer and explain why we do not see it. It looks like he's basically bringing all his CQC in A phase because he has the P MP44 at double vet. So I think you get 4. So it means there's like 2 left because he also brings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's all his strum pipes for A phase already. That's actually quite a lot. So it looks like Kerb's plan here is do what he always does and just like blindly charge in as much as he can at the start and then kind of dig in with the CQC. It's definitely something you should never underestimate, just how well you can get in and hold with just a bunch of CQC unit, because it's annoying to get back from it again. He's not as armor heavy as I would have expected, like not at all. There's a Panzerstreck over here, Marder, there's 2 Panzer 3s over here, and there's the SPWs over there. And yeah, he's pushing it. That was to be expected. Oh yeah, but okay. Yapaza is going all in defensive there. He has a Panzerstreck ready and a 45mm. So he has the failsafe there as well, and the VK following up as well. I think Kerb is not going to get in there. I mean, he might get up until the flag, but with losses that are quite problematic. Although in the town I see problems for it, but Yapaz is really weak here. It just has some Stoßtrupp, so kind of the same as Kerb does, but weaker. And then the right Jäger, which kind of works like what do you call it? It kind of works like NAFTA, which is good for holding. Oh, big problem here. The Shumpai is going to get in, and then the Panzerwreck is just going to get killed. Unless it's going to get a kill here. It does not. Paz is moving it away. Gotta take an MP4. It will lose against the Hargate MP44 though. The VK needs to be careful over here as well. And these are... Oh no. The MP44, he needs to fall back so that these can continue to rush in, which I might not do. T34 coming in though, so the delaying works. He passed on the 1311. Strasser did try to get in, got blasted away by the Hage Shumgen. Did something get killed off here? I think it did. Oh, Afclair, typical positioning over here. It's also... Oh, it's a nice unload right here. Because it means it's not exposing itself to whatever is in there. In this case, the FK288. Recon here giving all the valuable information. Panzerwreck was spotted. Right Jäger MP44. Oh, this thing? Wait, did that... What? That smoked, I think. Because this thing does not have smoke. Yeah, I think it's going to suffer over here, but... Oh, yeah, Paza. Yeah, making the very classical mistake of going deeper than you need to. Or than you should, sorry, because you calling things to where you would want to have them as the situation is evolving, and not where they need to be when things are done evolving. Yapasa going for a push in the south here. There's a lot of Hage Sturmgrenadiers though. And the SDK set to 1/9, which has the nice 75mm, which is really good. Also Marder, so this is probably not going to go so well for Yapasa. I think he might want to use his ME410 over there first to spot it out before he really commits. Town is looking very bad for Yapasa. Kerb is now on the 39 as well, as he finally managed to stabilize this, which is arguably not that hard. T34 moving in, there we go, Kerb already doing the first flanking maneuver there, but Yapasa can probably see it with his ME410. Marder also coming in, AA also coming in to force off that recon plane. But yeah, I think the town is the big problem. Yapasa probably should not have pushed this. And not like now, but I mean in his deployment. I think he was definitely way too weak in the town, which is a big problem. Because once you're out of the town, it's really hard to get back into. He doesn't offer an off-map though. In his deck, division at least. I don't know about the deck. Is this thing using direct fire or indirect fire? It's using direct fire. Hage again, getting overwhelmed, but pushing past that is going to be what's going to be quite tricky. And the rogue Valkyrie coming. That's an easy way of fixing this problem, I guess. But yeah, Yapasa now reinforced with an Ersatz sheet. The problem is if it's close enough for these units to really shoot at them, it's not that powerful. Oh, SPW gets a kill on the... Oh no, on the AA. Yapasa did not spot it. And... no, Marder has APCR turned off. It might spot it. It does spot it. And down the SPW 233 goes. But it took out the AA. That is a massive win there. And this brings a bigger problem with it. Because Kerb probably has the AT plane. and there's 2 T-34s. If those are down, and the Marder 2, it's basically nothing preventing Curb from just taking all the flags here. Over here, right Jagger. Oh. Curb, Yapasa is microing them, but Curb is on the hunt order. So, that Yapasa can't just run away from Evan. He can't kite them as soon as he's in the open. He's then just going to insta-lose this. So, the idea was nice, but execution, not so well. Now over here, Jessica said, did take some damage from the VK, but ultimately managed to kill it, and now Yapasa just can't really push further anymore. FK288 just still sitting there. Needs to be actually careful if any of these units get close enough, they can start blasting at it with the MG42. Not something. And there we go. Ju-87 is coming in. T-34s have both been spotted. The recon plane is away, so the timing's a little bit off, but unless Yapasa moves them away, it's going to lose them. One of them is moving into cover. The other one is trying to get out of line of sight, but I think he's not going to get it. And, oh, but the Ju-87 has to abort its run. It's moving into the Panzerschreck, though, which is... You're not really sure what Yapasa was thinking here. I think there would have been better ways of doing that. Not banning Adahardnik on this map is interesting. Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially against Curb. Like, Curb is... Oh, wow, the actually one-shots the FK288. Oh, and Yapasa did not hide his P-34. No. What is he doing? And now the Marathon might actually be at risk here as well. Not really AP is coming in, but at this point, you better bring a fight. There's 4 rounds left. He could go for another run on the Martin and kill that too. The one thing that Yapasa really wants to avoid now is having any of his armor spotted. Like, really. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Marder going to go down here. Oh no, he lost line of sight. The recon plane is too far away. Black 43 unloaded, but a little bit too early, so it's not going to force off the Ju-87. The Ju-87 can just continue going for it. Calling it a game already. I mean, it's really looking very bad for Yapasa here. He's basically pushed out of the town. Trades in town were not good. Trades over here were okay until the Ju-87 came in. That's kind of scream him big time. Scream over here quite big time. Or it's lost line of sight again with the recon plane circling over there. So you might just... I mean, Yapasa should probably just go... Like, run for it. Take a run for it. Over here, his push is just kind of stopped. He can't really push any further. And I think he's actually going to get forced out of this now. The Ju-33 over here. And Curb can also just bomb this with a Stuka if he has one. Or he's trying to go for the Stuka over here. It ran out of ammo, though. Another AAP is now coming in. The problem is, one of these at Singlet will not stop the Ju-87 in time. He can still get a kill. But yeah, I think it's really not looking very good for Yapasa. He was in a position to deal with this, but not as it is right now. I mean, there's a lot of at stakes here for both players. Yapasa has 2 losses. Curb has 2 losses. Yapasa won the game 1 against Curb. But neither of those players can really allow themselves to take the loss in this game, really. Curb has at least 1 matchup still open that he can potentially win, which would allow him to get a thing turned around, but... Oh, Yapasa returning the favor, calling in his ME410 now. It's going after the SPW, gets a kill. T-34 gets a loaded wound. Right Tiger could potentially move forward and get a kill. This Right Tiger pushing forward. There's no CQC here. Yapasa at least now has the I outlast you at CQC button, which is just sending in a CQC unit, basically. Which is quite significant. Oh, there we go. 15-9 full Curb. Yapasa basically out of the town. Really problematic. Holding on into the town just by this is already problematic because your opponent can force you, like, cut you off over here. But if you lose that as well, then that's basically goodbye. The ME410 is not there to provide vision. This thing is just turning. Oh, and the Right Tiger goes down. But I found the T-34 again. Oh, the Ike in the town has much more to get. I mean, Yapasa can do a lot of damage if it just tries to get tanks everywhere on the map. But yes, he gives that 7 rounds coming. This is what I was worried about for Yapasa, because this thing is eventually going to happen. So he needs to get value out of the ME410 fast, or he's not going to get it anymore. And I think it's just going after this a little bit for too long. Probably trying to get something done in this town, relieve some pressure, because once the armor here is gone, the opponent's armor can really dominate here. So this probably have been the better call here. Now he needs to turn again. It's not as maneuverable as a J87, and that I think is going to come back to haunt the Yapaza here. He might still have a go at one of the tanks in the town or so. I think that's probably going to be it. Ooh, T-34 moving over here. Trying to go for some infantry support. I mean, this is definitely something Yapaza should have bought. No, he's trying to force his way back in. I think this is what Kerb did yesterday, and he cost it, not yesterday, on Sunday, I think, against Koenig, and this cost him the game. I think Yapaza is about to repeat the same mistake. J87 now turning. Oh, it's going to take out the Panzer III, and I think it took out whatever tank that was over here. It was the T-34? It was a T-34. No, oh, it's turning into the SKF Z71. That's goodbye, ME410. Yapaza noticed it. Oh, no, it's turning the right way. I think it might get out, and I guess slot restriction means that most likely Kerb's not going to have a fighter. Oh, yeah, but he has a J7, and the T-34 has been spotted. Yeah, not really. I don't know. I don't know what Yapaza's thought process here was. He really does not want to show a tank anywhere where he doesn't have AA at the moment. He just wants to sit, because goodbye T-34. Yeah, there he goes. He's still trying to force his way back in. His push is basically dead. And he has not noticed it. SKF Z1 is coming. We're now into B phase. So the SKF Z1 is unlocked. Oh, maybe this is the second one. Because the first one, I think, was in action not so long ago. Oh, I mean, it's going to get in. It might get him the flag. But he needs to reinforce it. Because Kerb can very soon actually start to counter push. And you don't want to have this. T-34 now pushing up. Husarek getting spotted here. Marder in, that's going to be a big problem. Although there's a Marder in a nice position over here, or it's moving. So this Marder might be able to engage. It looks like it's looking for an engage here. No, it does not. Could potentially get a nice side shot there. Ooh, T-34 could also get side shot by one of the SKF sets over here. That would be quite problematic. No, Kerb's disengaging. Huge missed opportunity for him there. Now he's re-engaging. He might still get it. Oh, he can't find it. Now it does. The T-34 takes one out fast enough. It can still turn in time. Although he can overpen at this. Oh no, it's the 55 pen one. Oh wow, nice macro there by Kerb. Immediately disengaging again. I mean, Yapaza still has a chance if he grinds well. This is something that Yapaza is very good at. But if you look at the map, like Yapaza is down so many units. It's not going to be easy for him. FK2D8 is nicely used as a hybrid tool, which is one of the things it does. Ooh, this is a ballsy positioning, but it can work. The VK pushes forward though. Goodbye SKF Z1. Or the Marder is... it's probably going to survive this. It is. It is. T-34 pushing up close. Recon is still here in a nice position, providing a lot of vision for Yapaza. What does Yapaza see? Actually not that much. That's mostly because the fighting is so far over here. J87 still circling around, is trying to go after T-34 and then the Stück. Oh, Flag 43 just got killed off by the IG-33. Nice positioning there, which means Yapaza's going to lose more armor. Yeah. I think Yapaza might just not have that much experience against Kerb's Hage. Because if he had, he would know that this play was coming. This is like Kerb Hage play 101. this thing is always coming out. I guarantee you. It's like his thing. And he uses it exceptionally well. Oh, T-34 gets spotted by the FK288, but it does not pen. Recon is free to roam around. Yeah, not looking very good here. And now a Tiger coming in, doing the same thing as the IHA did previously. So, yeah, I mean, this is the problem if you get pushed back to this. You can't really properly secure it off. I mean, you can put something on the hill. This is still possible. And it's probably the easiest way you can fix this. Also, by the way, this Tiger MP44 here, actually getting in, turned out to be the savior of Yapaza, preventing the 15-9. But I'm not so sure if this is really... what he needs. Sorry, if it's going to pay off enough. Still not looking very good. Now, one of the next big problems is Ipaz is calling in a lot of things here, but not AA, meaning that the J87 is just going to be back. As long as Ipaz has armor here, it's going to be back, and the ME410 is going to provide free value. It's one of those things where you kind of have to, even though the situation is not looking good for you, you still have to invest into that AA, just because if you don't, the consequences are far worse. Or recon plane goes down, so that's huge for your Parza. So if you can keep his armor concealed to some extent, the J7 at least does not have something to easily spot for it. It almost did damage here to Curb though, as well. So I like it there. 2 Valkyrie coming in. I think together they should easily overwhelm the Jacob MP44 here. Maybe even at CQC. Marder's in a very nice position. Doesn't spot a lot though, just the infantry over here. Surprised Curb is not trying to get rid of it. There's a Tiger now coming in. Ipaz are heavily focused on his own, but he's actually making good progress. The TE34 died. Yesterday Z71 died. Things all of a sudden turning. Ipaz are probably just focusing on this. Now, Yesterday Z71 is coming. There we go. This is absolutely needed. Oh, but the Tiger is in. Does Ipaz notice in time? Because he can lose a lot of units here if he does not notice. He absolutely cannot allow this to remain there. He either needs to call his own Tiger through over here or over here, but he needs to stop it somehow. Or something penned there. What's the Marder? Or did the Stu know? Well, the Stu does 10 damage, right? Yeah, it does. So it could have been the Stu. Marder trying to find an angle on it. Stu just sitting there. Or the Marder's not going all the way. No. Or but Curb is overstepping. He's trying to chase the Stu. I think he's not paying attention. Is noticed. STKF set is getting dangerously close. The Marder could take the fight, but Yapasa is not paying attention. Oh no, Yapasa, what are you doing? But over here, Yapasa won, and he won massively. He has 2 Stuks over there. He has a lot of AA. He has he has 2 tanks, a lot of infantry. Jeez, sorry. It's getting quite hectic here. Oh, STKF set everyone dies. Yeah, I don't know what Yapasa is doing here. He's not paying enough attention at all. And he has a lot of CQC that could push into here now. There's really basically nothing holding Curb there. So that could be goodbye. Oh, Tiger could go down here, but Mard is also engaging now. This is going to be the end of the Tiger, but I think the damage has been done. He might also lose the ME410 because it is just very slow returning, slaying over double that STK sets on. It's smoking heavily. Down it goes. Yeah, that's a huge loss. And the J87 is back in again, and there's so much armor here. No, this is yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Yapasa was aware. He moved things around. He was aware that there was the Tiger. I don't know why he... And it was like in plain sight of this recon unit as well. So I'm not really sure what the logic there was for Yapasa to not just stop and wait until he cleared it out. I really do not understand this. Like, you can let these things sit here and wait until you deal with it and then call them in. Because if you call them in anyway and lose them, it might as well just not have called them in the first place. It's kind of the same situation that you get as if you waited. Jacob before trying to push forward a little bit. Another one coming in. Flag secured 13-11. Yapasa might be equaling out here though. I think it's... I mean, there's nothing really Curb can do to stop this at the moment. There's too much armor here. There's too much infantry. It will overwhelm the Valkyrie. It will overwhelm the Hage MP44 as well. So maybe Yapasa can pull it off. If he can get the flank here, I think, and still hold the town to some extent, he can definitely do it. But needs to be very careful with the SDK set. He does want to have it like over here now. He does not want to bring it anywhere near over here, since Curb has been showing more than once now that he can get in position over there and snipe AA. Tiger versus Tiger fighting coming here, but the veterancy is in favor of Curb. There would definitely be a chance of engaging from over here with a Stück, but it's a very risky move because obviously it can easily get spotted. Oh, there we go. Overwhelming here is happening. Hussar Goli Sorasok is pushing in. The Pack 38 is in a very defensive position now, as it kind of needs to. And this thing will easily kill it. It does not have any HE. Tiger O is engaged by the Marder too. Not a good fight, as I said. Yeah, Yapasa's noticed is moving away. Tiger is bouncing away. Yeah, it's getting double teamed. There's not that much Yapasa can do. Oh, falling back the Stück. Not sure if Stu's not sure if that's the right call. I think you might actually want to just push in and get to the 1500 meter range so they can at least take out the Marder. It has the heat shell. Another Tiger coming in. Oh, over here. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yapasa's still holding on here. There's a Marder here. Who punish? Curb who pushes too far. Tiger just slowly disengaging. Tiger here now rolling in. FK 288. Oh, he's getting... Oh, blasted by the Panzer Freeze over here. And the Panzer IV. And the SPW is just spotting it. I mean, the Tiger's still alive. Somehow. The Pars are winning some fights over here, though. I mean, he can technically go all in the flanks and get both flanks and win the game that way, but that is a risky call. It's 12-12. He still has 30 minutes to go. And this can easily be fixed, though. So Yapasa cannot be happy with this. He needs to push on. The Tiger is still alive, oddly enough. The Tiger and Tamada pushing forward. Surprised Yapasa did not call another Tiger or anything to stop that. Oh, actually, okay, never mind. There it is. It's going for the flanking. There's a nice pincer position here, actually. Well, this one's not actually pincering any Tiger. It's just holding from back here. If this one ever recovers, eventually... I think... I mean, at some point, it's gotta die. I think... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think Yapasa's Tiger Heavy Deployment might actually pay off here. The question is going to be, oh, it's the 13-11 now. How? Oh, okay. Oh, he brings the M14s. Interesting. Not something we see every day. Another Panzer IIIN. Did Yapasa bring them? We haven't seen them yet. We lost that flag over here. It's killing the MG42 over here, though. The Panzer IV is about the only thing really holding this, because the Valkyrie can still easily get overwhelmed. 13-11 for Yapasa. Oh, Stu-42 did die. Tiger is engaging. This Tiger is still falling back, but the other one is engaging soon as well. The Marder could also start engaging, actually. Not sure why he does not. I think Yapasa doesn't... Kind of forgot about it. But this would be a very easy side shot there. Kura trying to get the flag. Up close, it will win against the Uzak Guli Shurashak. Ooh, Tiger gets a nice pen on the Panzer IV. And there we go, the pincer is there, the flanking side shot is happening. Oh, but Curb got another flag by pushing this one with Valkyria. Yapaz definitely needs to fix that somehow. Oh, and there we go, Tiger finally down. Valkyria did also go down. 13 for Curb still. Yapaz did get that flag finally, but he needs to get more than that. It's almost getting this one, right? Tiger got it for the now. 12-12 once again. Oh, but there's a... Yeah, look at that. The massive forces. So, Yapaz are probably going a little bit too deep here. He's now flanking in with his Armado. Getting into the back here. That could prove to be quite problematic. But there we go. Harga Pina coming. This will not hold up well against CQC. Yapaz has basically no infantry. I think Yapaz just has ultimately lost too much AA. I think anything else would be manageable for him. Oh, he has not pushed up the AA. So, yeah. It's definitely going to lose. The Stug is probably also going to lose. Nah, if it flies like that way, maybe not. There we go. Oh, it's turning the wrong way. Yeah, Yapaz noticed his mistake and is moving up the air now. But yeah, he might have been pushing a little bit too deep and he does not have the right units to actually hold this properly now. Oh, playing that. Oh, the recon fluid of the STK-7-1. Yep, that is not a good idea. So 87 get forced off, and STK-7-1 coming in over here to protect these assets. Curb on the 13-11 still. He passes definitely, like, the clock is taking for him. Taking out the MG42 over here. He does have a Panzerschreck, but he first needs to get past his Valkyrian. Oh, now armor is coming in. Again, Yapaz does not have enough armor to follow up on this, so this is not looking very good for him. Well, once again, I only have top chat available, so maybe there have been messages that I've missed. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've missed Panzeroli again. So sorry. This is... I'm sorry. For some reason, it automatically like sets the settings for the stream to that I only see the top chat, which is select the top messages, whatever that means. And I don't see everything, which again makes probably a lot of sense for like a big streamer, but not a lot of sense for me because I can definitely handle all the thousands of messages I'm getting in chat. So sorry if I've missed anyone else. It is something that sometimes happens. I usually remember it. But I'm getting used to it. But anyway, back to the game. Yeah, there we go. Curb coming with a lot of armor here, and it just stops Yapaz dead in his tracks. There's just nothing Yapaz can do. Oh, and the Panzer Panzerfaust Shrek here died. 45 mil moving up, that can also kill the Panzer IV, but up close, his machine guns can actually do something as well. The Valkyrie might die. Bring it back, but yeah, your Paz are overextended over here, and there's a massive blob of units coming back here. I think, yeah, now the Panzer Shreks are coming in, but it's too late. Now he actually needs to hold, but his infantry getting pushed back. Your Paz is out of sync here. He doesn't have the units that he needs. I know it is the exact problem myself all too well, but it is a real problem. He's calling in. He pushes without having the right units with him, and he's pushing too deep. And then at some point you reach a point where you just cannot go on like this. Then you call in the things that you needed, but by the time they arrive, your other units were already killed off because it didn't have all the tools that you need. And then you need the other unit again, and you just, yeah, you always have the wrong tool essentially calling in. You never have the right mix because you only call in one at a time, which is the one that you need by the time. Yeah, at that moment. The other problem over here is there's a lot of Tigers and they can't really do much. For getting in close into the town, it's quite problematic. And Kerb gets another 15-9. There we go. I mean, even though this push over here is not super strong, Kerb actually moving armor over here from the town. Definitely the right call there. I mean, Paz struggles to even get back in here. There's too many pioneers here. Even if this thing throws Molotov at once, it will just get killed by the others. By the other one. I think this is game over. And again, I think if your Parser had prepared for the plane a little bit better or not lost that many A pieces, I think this could have gone differently. Like, he definitely recovered very nicely. Like, your Parser really made a nice recovery. But he just did not really have the time. I mean, he had to go this deep here. It's not to say that I'm saying it's bad, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he could afford not to. He kind of had to. But it obviously is still not a good call, and he's paying for that. Or he did. I just don't see a Parser coming back from this, really. He's lacking the time. That's the killer for him here. In the long grind, probably he could, but with how it's going, no. Yeah, now he doesn't have enough CQC to get back into this now that the Panzer Shreks are here. This is the problem. Panzer gonna unload early. Oh. Okay, he passes at the Q move point. Oh, I think this is... He probably just selected everything here. He does not want to have the SDKs just drive over there. It's going to get killed, I think. Yeah, at some point. But as I said, I think it's just not that much he can do at this point. And Kerb's got this well in his hands. I think outside of the AG plane thing, there's also the, again, this pusher, I think, killed the pass to some extent. He could have just gotten, like, he did not get enough for it. Like, you can't really, it's the problem with this push. In 99% of games, unless your opponent can really not fight over this because of the units that he has, or just decides to ban it, which basically never happens. You get this flag and you don't get that one. So you get one flag for a lot of things where your opponent's going to just held this and actually focused his units in this one. Because losing the town is so much of a problem for blue side. Like there's this strip of open here, and you can't get in from that. You don't have, like, red side, you can't, like, try to get into this intermediate position first and then get in. You can't try to make your way in from over here. It's just, you're out of here, you can block it off from over here. You can block it off from over here, depending on whether you hold this or whether you're more on this side. And this is it. Yeah, and I think Ipaz is going to get overwhelmed over here now. Kerb has plenty of units he can call in at any time because he's never really, for the most part, he's really not been in a bad position. So, like, despite both of them being in a low income phase, Kerb is pumping out things non-stop because he can. He probably has been, we've seen a wave of these coming, we've seen some waves of stuff coming in over here. I think he has been floating some points just because he could. Which is not to say that this is bad. You should not be floating a lot of points, but point is, Kerb could afford to do it. Oh, goodbye, Tiger. Yeah, the pass is horrendous. I mean, he knows that this is game over. And the trades were, oh wow, the trades were not actually that bad. Well, yeah, Paz had a lot of points in his Tigers, I guess. This is why it looks a little bit different. But again, it was really just the momentum. Kerb, and this is what makes Kerb such a dangerous player. Kerb is good at his, like, Kerb is really good at his opener. Kerb is one of the better not one of the best. I think one of the best players I know with openers. Not the best. I think there's definitely a few on the list that are better, but he's one of the best when it comes to openers, in my opinion. He executes them perfectly most of the time and just gets in. And then if he's doing good enough job of holding, he can make it very difficult. And the Yapasa just did not really respect that in this game. I think he was not, like, he was too light in the center, which is basically you can give up one flank and fight on the other flank, but you never want to give up the center. And the Yapasa kind of did that. He had a very light deployment in the center, and even though this was not Kerb's main focus, Kerb went for it immediately after noticing that Yapasa was not super strong there, and just took it. So Yapasa tried heavily to defend one flank and kind of push it a little bit with that forest that you can easily get, and also try to push the other flank. It is just never a good idea. You don't want to fight hard over two flanks. No. And yep, we saw the effect here. And again, I mean, he was always on the back foot, basically. Killer Curb Redemption, yes, definitely. I mean, your opener was really, really well executed, and we see this here as well. I was just talking about it, as I think Yapasa just focused too much on trying to fight over all three parts of the map equally well, and just ended up being too weak. Although in the town, he was just a bit weaker than on the flanks, and that he really paid for that. And the next issue was, we talked about it during the game, Yapasa lost too much AA, especially to those flanking positions, which he had vision on. Like, he had recon to see that. And he just did not pay attention to his supply lines. And the road was camped, and a lot of things were sniped. Curb says, how many shots did my Tiger miss or bounce on this? A lot. Like, you do not want to know. I said it has to die at some point. I just never did. It just never did. It was still around, I think, when the game ended. But you forced Yapasa to get 2 more tigers. Like, Yapasa had 3 tigers to kill you 1 tiger, and that was just too much. He could not handle everything else that was going on at this point. So that was basically it. I mean, we saw, as I talked about, like, Yapasa, he got some kills back. Like, Yapasa's good at trading his way back into the game. It's just, at this point, it was too far gone because his opener went too horribly. And the follow-ups of the opener were also not quite good. So, there we go. So, that means it's a tie between Kerb and Yapasa. Yapasa won game 1. So, for Yapasa, that means he definitely has to be very much afraid of not making it into the playoffs. Kerb is also not safe yet. Who do you still need to play, Kerb? This was game 1. Game 2, Lizak. Game 1 was played, no, not yesterday. I think on Sunday. I think Sunday it was, yeah. There we go, Chair 7. As I said, when you play against Kerb with this division, you need to know that this is coming very early on. I don't know, maybe this is just a me thing, because I pay a lot of attention to, when I watch other people play, to how they play and like what they usually do. And this is kind of a thing that you know is always coming. so maybe other people are not that aware of it, but this is something that I know for very well by now, that whenever Kerb plays Hage, this thing comes out very, very soon. Or any division that has AT planes, really. And it kind of makes sense. We saw it right here, right? The recon plane was flying around unbothered for quite some time, which, like, Kerb know that he can bring this in safely. The recon plane also told Kerb that there was a lot of things there to kill, meaning you are going to bring that AT plane and kill those things, because A, you can, and yeah. No, not A, you can. There's nothing, no B. So you can. Nothing's going to stop you, and you get a lot of it out of it. So... and that would have been point B. The Marder here getting quite some value too. He killed a tiger, another Marder, Stu. Yikes. Yep. On the other side, Marder doing some work, although not that many high value target. The Shade 7 here returned to favor. Not Shade 7, the ME410. VK did some... oh, the VK killed the Marder. Interesting. Yeah, but that was about it. Not so many high value units here. Lizak, okay, so it's time for an Apollic War game stream now. No, it is not. I'm not that much into that as you are, Lizek. Not even remotely close. Oh, Guscott. This game is happening, by the way. Looks like. So Agora. Oh, this is gonna be. Let's quickly double check. But I think this is. If it's versus Paladin Leopard, this is indeed the game that he announced to be happening to later today. Not a map we see every day in FOB Arena. Yep, this is the tournament game. Actually, a map that we basically don't see. Oh, Festival Location. Honestly, on this map, this is a very grindy map. And also Guscott got the bad side. So this could work. Paladin Leopard, he in the last and yeah, in the very last arena season, I played against him for the first time, and he rushed me really well with this exact setup with some of the machine guns in the tractions, and then the 88, which comes in a fast transport. Something you have to be very aware of Western occasion. So he actually can play that properly quite well. Oh, 9 cap. Let's see how I would go balance on this map, to be honest. As a Curb says, he's only playing Mumil left. Okay. I mean, that's a tough one. Mumil is definitely having a good time at the moment, but not unbeatable. I mean, you definitely beat him before, so maybe. I mean, if you lose against Mumil, it would probably. So, I think if you get a tie against Mumil, you're basically into the playoffs, right? Because you got one time more than your Parza. And if you lose, you're still tied to your Parza, and you're gonna have a tie to play a tiebreak, which obviously you want to avoid, but it's not the end of the world, I would argue. Both on Maverick, interesting. I mean, it's also okay. You just want to have a mirror on, like, no. If you have an aggressive income, you want to have a mirror on your opponent's aggressive income, because unless there's a skill difference or you're better at rushing, you're usually not getting more than a good tick here. At the same time, it needs to be said that defending on this map is somewhat easy. So if you can rush in with an aggressive income, hold for a little bit with your superior income, and then just not get pushed back too hard against something like Balance or something like that, can actually work on this map as well, I think. I've not really played it that much. When it's in the queue, I very often don't play because it's one of the most stupid maps in the game, in my opinion. You're free to have a different opinion of that, of course. And yeah, in tournaments, you just never pick it. I think I picked it once because I was annoyed by getting all the maps I wanted banned, and I was just like, okay, then let's play this. So I do these when I do these things, I don't like purely do them just out of spite, but it's also more like, okay, if you force me to play a map I can't play, let's play a map that you also can't play. That's kind of the reasoning there. So Guscott going in defensively. No, okay, he's trying to get in here. He's not super offensive at the start. A little bit rushy, which is met by a lot of spammable stuff. Yep. Trying to also rush in, but these are slower, so it's most likely not going to make it. Defensive over here for Paladin Leopard. Trying to get a little bit further forward over here, but it's not super aggressive. Guscott trying to rush near. Not sure if he's going to make it, but might. I mean, it doesn't need to be afraid of things getting sniped by light armor, which is quite useful. Recon planes coming in. Also recon planes coming in. These recon planes can shoot down these recon planes. Over here, yeah, this is where he tries to rush. This is a flag that you can easily get in. Being Butchers honestly would be a much better map if it was sideway Martian at least. Yeah, not so sure about that, to be honest. I mean, I would argue that as much as I hate this map, sideways would probably be worse. Just because you just have like this lane that is kind of separated, and it's just like two lanes that you're fighting on. Very separate. Like, you probably can't properly cross. There's probably too many. Okay, maybe not. But it's not that many cheesy angles. I mean, I find it annoying, but like people, like if you like grindy games, this is a good map for that. Like it or not, this is good. So for some people's taste, it probably is good. So I would argue that as much as I hate it, it is maybe not as bad as of a map. Like in objectively speaking, I find it really bad. One of the worst. So they're both rushing here, so it's going to be interesting. Over here, a little bit of a rush, not that much. Also rush. So both just trying to rush across pretty much everywhere, but here and here. That's going to be a fun one. But yeah, I mean, it would definitely work if it was sideways, but I personally probably also wouldn't enjoy that too much. The bigger problem if it's sideways is the roads. You don't have fair roads. Like you can, from up here, you can actually enforce nicely into here. But yeah, it's just like over here you at least have roads going in very like good intervals from all around. But over here it's much trickier. Like the speed difference are probably gonna be quite significant. So you want to get some of these mid positions if you did the map sideways. So yeah, especially like here. Oh, actually, nah, it could work. So over here, Paladin Leper got across his 88 is there to support the Erdkampf Lafette, which is going to do massive damage, has also gotten in. Same thing over here, also with the 88. But Gus got on the 1311. How? Oh, with this one, which is going to go away basically right now. Now, we have seen, does he still have them around? We've seen his motorbikes. Now he does not have them anymore. Because that was a very weird plane. Now, Gascot is somewhat known for these weird plays, I think. It's like, I mean, he didn't actually pull it off now by the looks of it, but I would not have been surprised, honestly. Like he's one of those players who just have a lot of just the balls to try a lot of different things that are seen as stupid, and some of the things he sometimes tries do not work because they are in fact stupid, and some of the things actually do work because maybe people have not experimented enough with it. Over here, Flamer did get him, but can't really do much against not a Flamer and the Saperi. Over here, the Osnat's also dangerous. It still brings them in. I mean, now this particular unit I still think is a bad call because you can just get regular mortars, and in this particular division you can just get way better things. So there's just no benefit in having them. Unless Gusket does not have stupid ideas, he just has rather silly and whimsical ideas. Well, I would still call that stupid ideas. That's not to say that it is not fair to give it a try. Because again, like some things sound stupid if you like explain it, and that's until you try and realize, okay, maybe it's not that stupid. And some of the things he tries genuinely just are that. Oh, but they're in line of sight to the Yakov. Also, the AD can also see them. So one of them dies, the other one might get out here. No, I don't think so. No. Close to death, but not quite dead. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he's so, like, set on getting it this close. He doesn't need, like, this is all, like, the enemy is right here. You don't need to get closer. It's probably, like, if it is that close, he probably can't actually shoot, because it might just be too close to shoot. Will not be surprised about that. I don't actually know what the minimum radius is for the mortars, but it does exist. 45 mil fighting the Jagdkampf, because that could be basically damage, but it should probably still be 4 MP40s and 6 G43s might actually be enough. Maybe 4088. Maybe, yeah. But I mean, he can basically just ignore this. Just going for this is way better. Yeah, there we go. Like if you don't drive down this road, which is annoying if you can't do that, but you can actually ignore it and just go like clear this out, get the forest, and then put something in like in position like over here, or like up like in some close positions over here, so that you just can't move in. 500 medium range or mortar. Thank you, Platypus Bill. Yeah, I've not finished through your document yet. Ooh, but another fresh push coming in here with some flamers by Paladin Leper. Strasstrup and Panzerfaust as well. I think Gascon has been doing decently well so far in his group. Paladin Leper has not had such a good time, so I would definitely... both are really nice guys. I'm not really rooting for anyone here. But I think Paladin Leper, I would definitely think needs a bit of a win, so it would be nice to see him getting it. Valentine backing off now. The launch system does not have any AT. Oh, this thing is dangerously close. I mean, nothing can see it. Ooh, that's actually a close one. Here comes Lafette almost can see it, and they can obliterate it. There we go, SC-76 coming in. I mean, if Paladin Leper, and this is the problem with division like Western Location, Paladin Leper cannot make any progress over here. Ibanez will just grind, not Ibanez. Gascon can just grind him down slowly. However, if Paladin Leper gets a tick, and Gascon cannot easily return that, then all of a sudden it becomes a massive problem. LA7 coming in. Yeah, this is another very odd call here. You can just get... You can get the TU2, and that's just going to kill all of this. Definitely some weird deck building here. I was trying to clear the Yarkamp out. Fair. I'll just put it on... Yeah, this is the problem if you buy this. It's almost out of HE shells already. It's just not... Like, there's a reason why it's not such a good of a unit. The mobility can be useful, but at the same time, again, not a lot of ammo, no armor. Oh, Kazaki gets caught out at machine gun range. If it moves up one building and the flamer also gets in, they can win. No, to be fair, Gascon bought the LA7 basically in the opener. Did he? I have not paid attention to that. AR came in and shot down the PO2. I mean, this is the thing that this thing could do. It has 220 mils. And the fun thing is it has bad resilience. It's not very bad, unlike a lot of these crappy recon planes. This thing can, in some matchups, if something is a bad bomb loadout, actually survive a head-on, which is really funny. Yeah, I'm not joking. Oh, now he's smoking that off, the 88. Definitely also a good call. He can't see the S76, so the S76 is going to get in nice and safely. He has another one too. There is a 155 in on Paladin Leper's side. I mean, if Gascon has the 122s as well, he can win the counter-battery war here, I think. Easily. And this thing can do a lot of damage up close, and they can just move. This is the strong thing about this mobile RT. You can just move around. He sees that Paladin Leper starts to try to do some counter battery. He just starts moving, shifting them around as he needs. Saki pushing in over here. I mean, he can easily fix that. This one's a little bit more tricky. Definitely needs to be careful because of the Yarkamp. He will need to reinforce this because this blob here can easily get him, but the Maxim is stopping it for now. Arado has radio as well, right? Yeah, it has. We can't see it anymore because the LA7 killed it. Oh, there's another one. There we go. Before the CIS-12 kills it. But yeah, it does have radio. The recon radio. We should see the circle. Oh, we can see it when we look at the artillery. There you can see it, yeah. I mean, it's a useful thing to have on your recon plane. It's not very often that it really, really, really makes a difference, but sometimes it does. Because often enough it gets forced off before it matters, unfortunately. SC-76 trying to go after the IG-33. The commander, I mean, the commander here is really, really risky move. Not sure if it's worth it for the IG-33 and the 88, but it can definitely be quite useful. If this is not getting pushed at any point, it is at least close to the front line to support the leadership. Also, was that a second LS7? Probably. I mean, if there's one card, he gets, I think, at least 2 of them, right? PO2 moving around for a little bit of screening. I'm surprised that Gascon just reinforced this and didn't try to actually hold this, because it's annoying to get back in here. It's not impossible, but it's annoying if you once you get forced out. So if you can reinforce it, you kind of want to. And you do want to take this back usually, because the problem is if you lose it, if you don't do this, your opponent can try to cut you off from over here. It's just really annoying. A lot of reinforcements coming in, including another 82mm mortar. Su-76 are getting targeted, but they're going after the Pak 40. And Osnat Saperi is providing radio. Oh, hold on. It is providing radio for this as well. Wow. JU-88 flying directly over the SIS-12. Not sure how well that's going to do. Another one coming in. There we go. Down it goes. The LS7 definitely does not want to face check that. And the Gosco notice moves away. SIS-12 is forcing that off. It's not going to get close enough to the ones. I think it's going to get out and survive this. Leader coming in first. It's a bit risky. Oh, yes! It's taking the shortcut. Hardly ever get to see those animations. There we go. Because that could be Besage is also moving in. But that's more of a side note. This is definitely the highlight here. LA7 also moving in. Going after Kamm-Landeschützen. I mean, if Gascott already won. Like, oh, wow. Oh, my. If you get to use that one. The funny thing about this is you can actually, and I'm not joking, on this map you can actually launch some amphibic operations sometimes, specifically like through here, because usually there's no AT covering this off. Now, not a lot of divisions have tanks that can even do that, but very few have. But you can launch an amphibic operation here. Quite fun. Also up here, because most AT guns are like positioned to cover off this bridge. So if you know for a fact that one is like a position like up here where it just does that, you can try it. Although it's quite risky, but it's fun. Horse Bill says, I don't know how useful that is, but you can park recon units on the little islands actually with amphibic transport. Oh, yeah, true. Never thought of this. It's actually a really cool idea. Also not sure about how useful it is, but... See, this is the kind of thinking outside of the box that makes you a good player. Which is why I'm not such a good player. But yeah, this is actually a really cool idea. I mean, the line of sights are probably not that good. Although, this one is probably useful. You can see everything, although you might get seen. But high stealth value, maybe? This one, I think this one is not that useful. I mean, you can try. If it has a radio, that would actually be really good. Like, you can park a radio unit in here. It's probably not going to get spotted. And you get radio. Quite deep, actually. Again, and then on top of the radio, you can still spot some things hidden here in the forest if you're not too close to it. This one I think is really only useful for the radio. But if you prepare a push into this, like having a radio in here or in here, I think it's quite valuable. Same thing for here, actually. If you want to push into this. So yeah, it's actually a really cool idea. I think there's definitely some value you can get from that. Oh, Osnat Sniperi is probably finally going to get overwhelmed by the Kamm-Landeschützen unless the... Oh, it has 3. Yeah, there's 3 PPSHs. Unless that just overwhelms the Kamm-Landeschützen. That could realistically happen. Yeah. I think the machine gun will kill the Osnat Sniperi. Oh yeah, now they need to reload. If it wasn't for that, it would work. Panzer says, I mean, just radio is fine enough for most games on this map with all that RT spam. Yeah, so as I said, radio is actually, it's good for radio, I think. I'm not saying that that's not supposed to mean that radio is not valuable. It actually is quite useful. Although you have to consider, for counter battery, it's not going to be useful at all because your opponent's going to get your artillery usually far in the back lines. Although maybe on this map it does because people might be tempted to bring it closer. But I think no one is going to get it like that close. I think the furthest you're going to go is like probably somewhere over here. Also depends a bit on how the game's going. Ammo is coming in. Gascott definitely will need to fix that. But Paladin Lap also needs to find a way to push anything else, really. This is not really going the way he wants to. Although, actually, no. The overwhelming blob is working. And there's also Flak 43 coming, which is going to be important. Because Gascott could still bring the TU2 if he has it, and that thing is really useful. The LS7 is really not that good of a fighter bomb. It's okay, but the loadout is just... It's just way too weak. The TU7, on the other hand, will just obliterate things. This is why... Yeah, it stops the push. That's something. Also has the cool leader that can actually fire. CQC. Maybe not to counter RT, but counter... Yeah, for this it's definitely useful. As I said, it's useful. Like, at some point you need to push on this map. It doesn't really matter when. And there will be things in these areas, like especially, for example, for this core of this bridge, you will have things in that forest, for example. So those are really useful if you can just target them up close. Now, Resi 76 come in, is going for the 88 and the Archer 33. I mean, unless he can push across, I'm not sure if this is really worth it. Because the other problem is there's a lot of other things in here. And even if Gus doesn't know they're there, you can kind of expect them to be there. So that's a risky one. Is this? Oh, is this? Is this what I think it is? Yes! He brought those little things. For 45 points, it is a nice support gun. Kinda. It's not good for that. Do not take it for that. It's still more expensive than IG-18. It's 35 point and it doesn't even have heat shells. But I personally like those things a lot in Western location actually, because you can mix it in with your regular arty, but then you don't want to have it that close. And you just start shooting with those, then anything that your opponent has on counter battery will engage on this, and then you set all of your other artillery to counter battery, it will start counter battering all the artillery that your opponent has, which is currently busy going after one stupid little 45 point gun. It's a nice little trick. Is it really, really worth it? I don't know. Is it cool? Yes. Just a ton of Festungsgrenadier here in Flakkampftruppen. And now a Panzer IV coming in, and the kam Jagdkommando and the Jagdkampf. Yeah, I mean, not looking very good for Gascot here. The problem is, again, if you lose this like little small island over here, this is quite annoying, because getting back in is really tough. Gascot has a massive arty park, so the big question is, can he somehow bring it back to 12-12 in time? And can he use this massive arty blob to actually get back into the game at some point then? In time. More. I think this is the big question. Oh, he's waiting. Yep. Paladin Leopard setting all his artillery to counter battery. No manually targeting, but setting in return so they can release it at once. So that one doesn't just start shooting and alerts Gascot that he's now being targeted. Can have to do damage. T2 is there. Not really sure what it's trying to go after. Flag 43 is forcing it back. I mean, there is a very target-rich environment right here. I'm not really sure why he waited for that. He doesn't have any forces here ready to push in here anyway, so why try to bomb this deep? I don't know. I don't really understand the logic over here. Not a fresh push attempt, but there's still a lot of things there from Gascot. Oh, that's just P2. SS-76. Oh, now they're releasing. SS-76 still going after... Oh no, the mortar's going after something. But retargeting the 105 over there. Just come in. Replacing the 88 that previously died. I mean, Paladin Leopard can actually be happy with this. As long as he can just, like, feed... Okay. If he can feed things here in Japan's arty party for long enough... Gascot's arty party for long enough that Gascot still can't get a proper push going anywhere. And if it's long enough for Paladin Leopard to just win, then he can actually, like, he can keep doing this forever, basically. So Gascot will want to focus on artillery on a place he can actually, like, get value with pushing, which is, at the moment, not really anywhere. He kind of cleared this out, but his artillery is going over here. He will need to pick one place, like, kill all the support things over here, or kill all the support things over there and just move in and push. Otherwise, that's bomb RT. Yeah, maybe he tried to do that, but I mean, that's super deep. Also, I think the RT was not firing at that point yet, right? Or was it? I don't think it's a recon for it either. Oh, yeah, this is now a problem for Paladin Leopard. He tries to push, but it's not going to be that easy. What's actually a cheeky angle here? You can actually see the reinforcement, right? You don't see enough of it, so it's not that big of a deal. Just thinking, can you... No. Well, if someone tries to drive in here, you can block off this, but you can't really block this off. Would have been fun. What you can do, and he could actually do this right now, you can actually walk across here. This is walkable with the Commando Jagdkommando, Jagdkommando, and get, like, in a nice position over here to kill some things as they drive onto the map. Granted that it's soft target, of course. Anything hard, like a tank, not really going to work. Something just disappeared over there. Festungsgrenadier now rushing into here as well. The Katyusha blob. Oh, this is risky. I mean, Paladin Leper's already shown that he wants to do counter battery, so having, I think, the Katyushas right next to SS-76 is a bit of a risky decision. I hope for Goscott there's a lot of ammo, because he will need it if he wants to use the Katyushas regularly. So both Katyushas are going after this blob right here, and I think at this distance two will finish it off at this distance. I think S76 in the meantime trying to finish off the air completer, but it's on the run. There's like here moving in. I think there's too many things shooting it. Oh, there's an air completer shooting it. Yeah, that is definitely. Oh, down it goes to the 88. Right, that concludes that. 155s have been moved, are unloaded once again. We do have a Jagdpanzer now coming in. Massive investment there. Not really sure if it is needed. Oh my! And another blob of Festung, so they're rushing in. Jesus, off map coming in. Yeah, that can help him clear this. He needs to be careful though that things don't get sniped by the 88. So if he just blobs it down right here, and then tries to drive units in him and actually just dies at the 88, which would be a little bit of a problem. He definitely will want to have some more infantry coming with it though. This alone is not going to cut it. Because again, even if there was not an 88 over here, you have to expect that something else might be here, or that you can't clear out all of this properly. But I think the bigger problem is going to be this, which he does not yet is coming. He's trying to get in with some Keim Landeschützen, but the 85mm is actually preventing that quite nicely. Oh, he did smoke off the 45mm. It's just unfortunate for him, there's also something else there that is not the 45mm. Smoke actually still rising, even if it's in the waters. Interesting. And loads him in time. If this gets into APCR range, that's maybe bad. Not maybe, that's bad news for Paladin Leper. 85mm spots it. He's showing side armor. Ooh. No. Oh, it does not spot it. Oh, the Jagdpanzer spotted it. Wow, okay. Ooh, it is shooting APCR. Yeah, it is shooting APCR. It is missing twice so far, though. It is not an AT guns. It's not getting suppression, extra suppression resistance. Transmission damage, not the crit you want. It's a crit. Bounces. Oh, unlucky. And now all the... Well, he could have actually just let it there. Because I think now it's not going to block anymore for the infantry unless it lost line of sight. But still, the infantry is going to get in. It doesn't have any AT though, so the Sherman can just do a lot of work. Oh, over here, pushing out coming. If Osnat's leading the way, a lot of T-34s. The 105 though has recovered. It's going after the plane. Over here, off map is driving down. It's going down, but no follow up. That's a bad move there by Guscott. Sherman moving up. Needs to be careful because of the Jagdpanzer, of course. The AR has been spotted. All the artillery positions have been given away if it was not noticed previously, but the artillery is currently busy with other things. Oh, Guscott getting a massive surrender there. Oh, that's big. I'm getting in there with the rifles. Oh, look at that. I mean, you just want to drive through and surrender all of this. It's probably not going to happen because of the Jagdpanzer being there, but like, look at that. That is juicy. But I mean, yeah, as I said, I think the off-map needs to follow up. 12-12 though, but Paladin Leper has a massive lead, and I think Paladin Leper is more established on Guscott's side where he managed to get in, and Guscott is on Paladin Leper's side where he managed to get in. So that's a bit of a problem. Right there. This thing now doing direct fire support, and it works. It's not super good at it, but it does it. Damages, it's like assist 3 or something like that. Essentially. I mean, this thing having a radar trade is going to be annoying in some positions, like over here, where you can like sit here and hold the flag, but he can't really fight outside of the force, so it's not that powerful. And this one is just getting strafed now. Yeah. Oh, the 105 so close from getting killed. Oh, yeah, I think it saved it. This thing with the machine gun could have probably finished it off. Saki trying to push forward. LA7 trying to give chase, but there's a flag 43. Oh, by the way, the commander did die, because, I mean, it was right there, right? I don't see it anymore. So... maybe it was the wrong place to put the commander. But the leader here is still buffing up the flag 43, which is going to kill off the LA7. 13 land for Guscott now, as he also gets this one. And looks like he's trying to make a move here. But the AG-33 is still there. D34 is also going for a push over there. Is this seeing the Marder? No. Not sure what the Marder is seeing. Something. Airkampflafette still proving to be a problem. Not off map going down, but no follow up. I mean, yeah, I don't really know what Goscott tries to get done here with that. He definitely needs to follow up on this. It's not going to work otherwise. Now, this obviously is also not going to work by the looks of it. But the Yak Panther's still alive. I think that was a big missed investment there by Paladin Leper. I know it's really cool and you kind of want to bring it, but there was just no need for it. There was nothing that the Yak Panther was doing that he could have done otherwise as well. This push's biggest flaw is not having a Yak Panther. I think even over here it would be okay. But even here, the 105 or the 88 would do the trick just fine. This thing is just more resilient to RT, basically. This is how I would look at it, because otherwise it does exactly the same thing as those things do. If I just sit here, well, Goscott's push is getting bigger and bigger. Wow. It's actually making a lot of progress over here. Now, the bigger problem with any push here, and this is where Blue Side has it with this particular island way easier. You can't really protect it with AA. It's really hard to bring the AA across here. So, this is very easy to bomb for Paladin Leper. Big difference here is, again, if you take this island, this you can actually somewhat cover off with AA. Like, from back over here. 4-10 for Goscott now. But on the map, it still doesn't look very strong. Now, a lot of these things are cheap and spammable, but a lot of the things that Goscott has are also cheap and spammable, so I'm not really sure how that, that matches up. But I think the bigger problem here is that Goscott's push is not really supported enough, so it can actually somewhat easily get forced back by armor, which is what we're seeing right now. And even over here, he kind of lacks the momentum. Now, Sherman is coming in. That could be doing some damage over here. But just getting picked apart here. Stug versus Sherman, not a good fight. Yeah, depending only pick bad maps. Why did he always play these kind of maps? I don't know, maybe he likes them. I mean, as we said, there is, you can see, I can bring objectively good points up for this map. Not to say that I like it, but if you like grindy, artillery heavy, stale, like pretty stale maps, this is a good map. Like it or not. Is it a generally good map because of that? No, but if that's the thing you're into, then it's a good map. Oh, JU88 is closing in. I think it's going to lose it. No, he's trying to out-turn it. Although it's still going to be on the back, and the CIS-12 is probably not going to get it off fast enough. If you turn a little bit more... Oh, no, it actually works. Wow. It's going to get out, but the tier 2 is also going to get out, and that's the important thing here. 13 for Goscott. Is he actually doing it here? I mean, if he's not wasting away his off maps, I think it's the third one going down right now. If he wasn't wasting away his off maps, you could actually get this back as well. Yeah, and there we go. I think his push kind of ends here. Yeah, he just didn't... He would have needed to bring tanks with his push sooner. And then he could maybe have overwhelmed Paladin Leper. Also, surrendering some of these hand units would have been quite useful. But because it didn't really manage to do that, I think this is probably goodbye here. Oh yeah, there's too many things they're also going off that pro Kazakh stage. They can't just hold that territory there anymore either. They're still trying to get in, but now it's a pack 14 position. So instead, oh no. I mean, he needs to send something in here to hold this island, actually. I think this is game over. Goscott may not know it yet, but if you look at it, he's basically no frontline tools left, mostly backline tools. And Paladin Leper still has too many spammable things. At some point, there's a problem with this spam. At some point, there's too many things for you to properly handle, even if your units are better. We might have reached that point. Even if you have armor, because the armor can only be in one place, these can be everywhere. Or now the Yak Panther is actually pushing up close, getting a pen on the Sherman. The Sherman will not get a pen on it. CIS-12, if he gets into APC range, can kill it, but this is it, I think. Is this life? Yes, this is life. More or less. We're a little bit behind, but that's okay. If it's getting too boring, I can just skip ahead as well. So no need to stick around for the whole thing. So I think we might have reached a point, to be honest. But let's speed it up a little bit. Because we might still get some good spectacle out of it, but I think the game is over. This is not really recoverable for Gascon at this point. At least I really do not see how. Like Paladin Leper, if he screws up massively, he can still lose it, but that would be like a massive, massive, massive fuck up, which I don't really see happening. Before Valentine coming in PO2 once again, but yeah, it's probably over at this point. There's more movements of single click back and forth. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 20 more minutes of single ticks back and forth. It might be 20 more minutes of single tick, but it may just end in a triple tick very soon. I think Glasgow has been thoroughly outtraded. Oh, there goes the Gazaki PPH as well. But he's actually reinforced the island now, but the pack 40 over here is getting overwhelmed by C44 and M-Train, interesting enough. Mara, though, doing some work there. Working into magic, killing off a T-34. Might just get the M-Train as well if that tries to get close. Yep. Ooh, no, bounces. Oh, it gets stuck on the Fessing there, though. So the Mara can continue shooting at it, and down he goes. Not a desperate push over here, but it's not really going to... The 105, funny enough, can actually stop that. I mean, this flag is held by not really all that much. This is somewhat defended, but not really enough. Oh, Tier 2 got in and got the bombs dropped. On what, though? Not the 88. Is it on 2-times speed? Everything so fast? Yeah, we're just wrapping it up here because it is very... Like, the game is decided, basically. I think the artillery is not actually done that much on Paladin Leper's side. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need it, clearly. One of us could easily kill that, but it looks like there's none left. Okay, it's really using them as support guns. Interesting. I mean, there's hardly anything holding this. Oh, this is out of machine gun ammo as well. So as long as these do not get into SMG range, oh, there we go, game ends. Yeah. And yeah, look at the trade difference. Paladin Leper easily won that. Very clearly. Oh, yeah, Panther got a Katyusha. Wow. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, this is it. I mean, the LS7, oh yeah, he brought that in the open. I didn't actually notice, but it did not do all that much. Just kill off that one plane there. Valentine, because some of them got value. It's just not really enough. Yeah, the off-map killed things. It's just there was no follow-up. So yeah, there's not that much here. On the other side, the aircam. Wow, look at the aircam fluffet to go. This thing killed. Wow. The aircam doing quite well as well. Oh yeah, I killed one of the 82 mortars. The IG-33. Oh, look at that thing go. That killed a lot of things, including a Sherman. Not something you see every day. The 105 also killed a lot of things. The artillery actually killed more than I expected. Look at that. The Yak Panther, once it pushed up, actually got a few kills, including the Katyusha in the end, which I missed, unfortunately. And a lot of more things. Marder also, yeah, in the end got some good value. So, look at that. Look at that. So, let me quickly ask them if Game 2 is also today, and if we can expect it soon or not, because in that case I would probably continue the stream, and if not, it would end here very soon, but I'll just quickly ping them. Just a second. But says, yeah, the Kati was lost in the last 20 seconds. Okay, yeah, I didn't see that. Or I quickly asked if they also play Game 2 today. Let's see if they do. No news yet. Okay, no news yet. So let's wait a little bit. And if I don't get any news, I will either play a game or just finish the stream for today. And if we get news soon telling me that the game is happening, then of course we will stick around to watch game 2, which was what I was originally hoping for. What are we waiting for? To hear whether Paladin Lepa or Gasket are playing game 2 today or not. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the queue with my Blinde Rush build. Because that build is really just meant to win super fast. And if you don't, you just kind of do whatever. And it's also like what I usually do with it. If it's like if it's just to, you know, kill the time while we're waiting for a game, I just play it, and then if the game starts, I just surrender. Either win fast enough that we can call it a win, or we're winning too slow and we can not call it a win. We're playing against Brunei Rana Brigade. That's an interesting one. Has some AT planes, but not that many. All right, let's get Recon in. And just do the rush play. Don't know this guy, so let's see how this is going to go. Do we? What does he have? There's a lot of annoying armor that actually counters our rush build with the M8s quite well, which is not really what I'm hoping for. Okay, they're doing picks and bans right now. So we're going to play this real quick, and then Montrose is the fastest build, maybe. But yeah, we're just going to do a little rush play, and then all right. So I will hopefully get pinged. I just ask for it when they deploy. So we're going to do something stupid. I think we're just going to try to rush him down here completely, which is not a good idea. Just to be clear about this. Also, we do not have any. Well, we do have something on the 50-meter range here. So doesn't. Oh, he has 88s maybe. Okay. So here's the plan. We rush with M8s, reinforce with some infantry. Bring up like one of these to outrange his lighter tanks. If he comes and tries to push this back, we shift all our light stuff, bam, over here. Try to rush him down here, which is not really rushing anymore, but you get the concept. Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. Oh, he has SPW, so we need to be planning for that. He must be really good. The game characters keep mentioning him all the time. Yeah. This thing can also grab us flags. So I think we're just going to do the BAM move. And then we follow this up with Zapper. Because this one, as a bazooka, we can like deploy that back here. It can just hold. Oh, the annoying thing, it has a rifle, so it's going to give itself away if anything drives in here. So maybe like this spot here is the best one, because the closer I get the... Oh, actually, no, this is the perk spot. Cannot really shoot at anything over here. It's too close. If something drives through a bazooka, you can get it. Just annoying. So I think this is a perfect unit to hold this. And then we can drift the M8s once we're done with this. And over here, we're just trying to do the same thing, which if he has AT up here, it's going to fail. If it does not have AT up there, it's hopefully not going to fail. Oh, and we get 2 of those as well. Actually, we can... Okay. Okay. Hear me out. We're going to go all the way back in, and we can go back here into his backlines with it. It's probably also not a good idea, because once again, he has light tanks that will shred these guys. It is not the smartest idea, but it's a fun idea. So we don't do it for being smart, right? We do it for the fun. So I'm actually going to put this like back here so that it's delayed and gets in here way later. Same thing for this. I might get stopped and killed off here, though. That is entirely possible. Hi, Roy. Oh, do you know him then? Because I do not know him at all. And then we put one like flamer in here and secure this off with one of these. And then we shift everything when the time comes to do that. We also should maybe take one recon unit in the... Yeah, he is French on the medicine. Ah, okay. Well, I've no idea. I've seen him before, but I've no idea if he's good or not. So I'm just gonna have some fun here. I'm playing my Blinde Rush deck while I'm waiting for Gascot. We can already shift this over here. We don't need this over there. Okay. You're right. I say, yeah, sure, sure. Roy says hi. And then here we just do not put that many things there. Yes, okay. That is not the answer I would have expected to this, but that is not a valid answer for this. But okay. We're gonna send like one of these in here, and it is all we have there to hold this. We're gonna get a recon in the church tower. Okay, maybe we should have one unit in here to hold this. I do acknowledge that. We're just gonna be the suburb, because those, if we put them like in here, it time to dead. Okay. Good luck, have fun. Okay, I'm not sure what's coming now. It's probably just spamming a ton of things. It's like some even around with fun divs. Okay, that's very respectable. So we're gonna put a flamer up in here. And I think we're just gonna have Mobrook is disappointed in me not having any 50 cal chiefs. Yes, yes, I do not have them. All of these can go up here, and we have Sherman up here. Okay, we need something in there, I think. It's gonna do it. Yes. This is very light, but it's hopefully gonna do it. And then we have like 150 cal. And no AT gun, because I can't afford it now. Up in here. Well, if we have the bazooka, we don't actually need... If we have the Sherman, we don't need the bazooka, then we can get this in. There we go. Good. Pop it off. Ready. Good luck, have fun. Alright, let's get the recon going. Oh, I probably should exchange this at some point for the P38. Some sort of challenge for you to play DB. No, I'm waiting for Gascot to start the deployment, and Paladin Leper, and this is my rush deck. This is not my normal Blinde deck. As far as tank divisions go, I actually like this, just to be clear about that. Oh, yes, the Vrana. These things are horrible. So we just get a Spitfire and we get a lot of value because this thing's already quite expensive. So if he brings another plane at any point, we're just going to kill that easily. And, okay. You know that you do not necessarily need to kill the recon plane, but you can, of course. Even more value for my Spitfire when it arrives. And let's get it in right now. Oh, it was too early. What do you buff the fine place by doubling the cost? Yeah, basically. So, I mean, this already pays off now. I'm gonna get the Spitfire. Oh, no, 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 no. This thing is AT. Yeah, there's a Piat. Fortunately, it is a Piat and not a bazooka. Okay, fall back then. And now you can go after the Vrana. Alright, you can kill that off, and then you can just move back over there. Did he kill it? I don't think he did. Let's strafe this then. Might as well, if we have it. Actually, we're just going to be DB this, and then we can send that blob over here. Oh, yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Well, I think the best defense is offense, so we're just gonna charge through this and hope that we survive somehow, miraculously, which we're most likely not gonna do. No, 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 not you, not you, the plane. Supposed to turn. Alright, got that. I need to fix that real quick. We need to fix this over here. There's also something over here. Oh, there's a AA over there. Oh, yeah, this is not really, this did not really work the way I intended it to. So if you haven't noticed yet, I'm playing this very brained out, okay? This is the whole way I play this. We move in, we spam. We push. Oh, he's moving around. Okay. He's not stupid. Fortunately. Okay, he's letting this in the backlines though, which is a problem long term. Let's get some AT in here. And get ready to engage this. Right, you can pull back now. You might want to push this. You can actually advance here a little bit as well. Again, this is just a we push. This division does not know defense. This is not what this division is meant for. We push and win, or die trying. Now, I did not expect him to have that unit, to be honest, because who uses that? But apparently, he does. Also, who uses it as his actual bazooka? This is the more interesting thing right here. Oh, you can see them. Crap. Okay. Yeah, this is what you get for stupid plays like that. Yes, another one leader of it. What the heck is he doing? Oh, this got killed. Get one over there. Get another one of these in here. I don't have much 1750 meter range. Yeah, this is a problem. Any one of those that he takes out is like a really bad loss for me. This is kind of why I wanted to get in here early and kind of win by that. Because I legit cannot win on this map if I don't win this. So maybe I should have pushed that earlier. But I had a dream. Oh, no. I had high hopes for this rush. It just didn't really work out the way I hoped it would. This can still work for us. There's no recon for it, but I mean... yeah, unfortunately the things that actually have the range we need died. We're just gonna ask him. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose this, but I'm fine with this. We need to kill this before it recovers. Okay, we're not gonna get in there. We need to do this, and then we need to get some 18 here. Okay. It's trying to kill that. Here's what I'm gonna do. Oh, it's the Uragan. This thing's actually good. The DS-17. It's one I like as well. No, AA is for the weak. Oh, we can actually shift this over here. We can get the tank done that way. Not really maneuverable enough, so if we can migrate, if I would not misclick, we can kill it, but it's gonna kill our AT gun. Sherman can hold this, so let's get the Sherman in here. Yeah, and yeah, this is unfortunately for me not an opponent that I can just play super casual, which is what I'm doing at the moment, and it is showing. It looks like the A unloaded. No, it did not. Goodbye. Alright, you could finish it off though. Thank you. Alright, EB, bomb this. It's one of the only soft targets I have. You just do whatever you can do over there. Maybe I really should get AA, but I kind of want to stick to the no. AA is for pussies, we don't bring AA. You want to move back against bombers, you want to move sideways once out of sight. Response landing. Yeah, true. I always forget. Oh, okay. Try. Yeah, this is now a problem because I can't really. Well, if he tries to catch it, maybe we can. But this is the 88, so chances of me actually getting anything done is slim. Are slim. Yeah, it's gonna lose it now. Yeah, this is. And I might not get it in time. If I migrate, I could probably, but I... alright. Yeah, this is not looking very good, is it? No, yeah. Hold on. Okay, they're not deploying yet, so... let's get some suburbs up here. If it just has the 88 in A phase, I might be able to catch up. Like, it's not going to kill the Spitfire. Okay, I need to call it back. It's probably going to get in back of it, but it's alright. The Spitfire is faster. Yeah, there we go. It is now a problem because the town here is really the only thing I can win with this division. The open, he has 88s. I do not have 2k. Also, I have a very limited amount of M10s, and he has plenty of Panzer IVs. So, let's see. Oh, actually, I do not want you to go there. I want you to absolutely take this road because you might get sniped by the AT gun if you go through there. But yeah, oh, there's a lot of these now. Well, actually, let's do that. M7 should deal with like 43s. You mean the... What do you mean with the M7? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, we can get these in position here. Yeah, this is kind of not what I wanted. This is why I do not like this map. At least not with this division. Because obviously I can't really do much here. And it's getting way too stationary. This is not... This deck is meant to rush, push in one area, send in some units, push in another area, send in some infantry to hold it. I cannot do this here. And it's turning out way too grindy. I want this to be like tack, 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 which is obviously not working very well here. Yeah, now he's an armor blob here. I'm easily going to get overwhelmed here. I mean, it's not that we don't have any tools here, but it's going to be difficult. Maybe shift this over here. Might be useful. Ah, you mean the artillery? I do not have any. Again, this is kind of my meme version of this deck. It's really just we rush. It does not have any concept outside of rushing. Like, there exists no... Okay. We're still spotted. There does not exist anything but rushing with this division. Okay, we have to get this close because we can't really outrun them now. But what we can do is get so close over here they can't really do anything about it. Alright. Alright. Looks like we're stopping the push somehow. Let's get two of those. We can kill off that M10. Probably. That Panzerful. Probably. Let's bring some of these guys in. I also don't really have a lot of good infantry over here, because that was also not really a concept of this build. Oh, no, do not shed Sadama, please. Oh, yes. Hero. Our hero. Alright, yeah. That's gonna do it, I guess. And now it's probably goodbye that. Yeah, oh, now I'm gonna go around over here. Well, nothing the DB can't solve, really. It probably can't solve it, but one of them died. Rude. I do not like this. Hey, if there's any bazooka unit, I'm dead here. Alright. Maybe that should be telling me that I should disengage here. Yeah, I think it is. Oh yeah, we have a lot of these guys. Let's just spam them over here. Ooh, there's another AT gun over there. It's good to know. No, not my flamer. Oh, that was a little bit too close. Alright. Yeah. Let's just push. Push. We can see those again. We can go after them. There's still Seekers. Oh, there's still the commander in there. We can just bomb that at some point. We don't need to at the moment. Well, actually, could give us this flag once we kill those. Maybe it's not that bad of an idea. Maybe let's take this and it doesn't need to turn. It's already pre-aligned. That is a good idea. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that AT gun. Suburb push. Half-track push. More suburb push. You can push. You can maybe not yet push. But soon. I'm gonna try to push away in with these guys. Just push. Oh, that's a Strela. Oh, we can just kill that off. This is not in a dangerous position just yet. Spy did not do much though. Ooh, and goodbye. Well, let's keep them ready. Maybe it's gonna follow up with the next one very soon. You can go and surrender that. This thing has still been spotted. Oh, we forgot we have some more than 150 meter range. That's good. Something died. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Whatever. Sacrifices must be made. Oh, this thing's still alive. Do I have oh, I have supplies in A phase. That is a problem. Well, I maybe should call that back because I've seen that there's an AT gun over there. I have these guys for pinning. Let's use them for killing instead, which is what they were absolutely not meant for when I put them into the deck. Let's get some of these in here, then we can clear this out. Oh, you can't... You're not in range. Okay. Then do engage. Why does this need to be a grind fest now? I absolutely do not want it to be a grind fest. Okay, let's just get more of these guys in. Let's spam. Oh, he's trying to bomb them. Is this the... Oh, shit, there's still the commandeer. We do not want to get close to that. Alright, I can just catch it now. I might actually get on the back of it. There we go. Pull that back. I mean, the blob is working. This thing is still alive. That is really annoying, though. Oh. Is this in... Okay. I know how we deal with that. Alright, let's kill off that stupid AA piece of it. Okay, let's maybe kill this first. 2 salvos should do it, then 2 salvos for that one. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, lost a lot of things over there. Damn, the Spitfire's doing a lot of... I mean, yeah, he's not really using his planes well, but at the same time, also not using a lot of... I think it's 2 players just doing stupid plays here. Because obviously he's memeing with this, the way he's built this division as well, but... Alright. Let's do it. This is the easier way of clearing this out. So, not really surprised about... Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm having enough of it. I need to get AA now. As much as I hate it, I guess I need to. No, oh, yeah. No, this is the one time this thing actually kills it in one shot. It's not the good Spitfire. It's not the good IL-2. Alright, we got that done. Yeah, I would really love to have the M7s here, but I do not have them, so... There comes the other one. It's gonna finish us off now. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna finish this off. There we go. We go after that. Yeah, down it goes. This is a problem because I don't really have a lot of those. Okay, we have to abandon the AAs for pussy thing. Oh, there's an 88. Yeah, this is a problem. Do I have 2 KG? Sure, I do. Okay. At some point, I should probably also start to actually like deploy the right kind of units over here. Oh yeah. I forgot what I wanted to do here. The goal was to just overrun this. Let's kill this off with. There we go. Oh, okay. There was still this thing over there. It's getting out of hand. Now there's 2 of them. Not so good, not so good, not so good, not so good. Yep. Goodbye. Oh, actually still alive. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be fine. Hey! Okay. Still in the game. I forgot we have 50 cals. Why do we not use more 50 cals? You can also spam out these guys. Bam. Maybe a little... Okay. Okay, you can actually push and kill off. Why do I do that with this thing? Am I stupid? I mean, I am, yes, but... Let's go... Oh, he's actually close to getting this. I cannot allow this. Should also get some recon at some point. Oh. Yeah. Come on. Alright, he's just doing stuff there. It's good. Recon plane. Not getting shot at the moment, which I like to see. So we can focus on that 88 over there. And oh no! That's not what I meant with that. Alright, we just back off. Heading on these is stupid. I hope that with the AA I'm gonna get it anyway. Or I'll get. Down we go. That's one down. Oh, that comes the off map. Yeah, I'm booked here. Okay, maybe it's time to run. Let's put some of these down. Yeah, I think at this point I'm defeated. I lost too many tanks to his AT. I didn't expect him to have AT like here and everywhere, really. Okay, but I get a message from Gascon, so this is where I have to go. The matchup is standing, so it looks like they're going to start very soon. No, traits were actually equal. Okay, but it is what it is. It was a fun one. It was a fun one. It was definitely annoying, because I did not expect him to just deploy leaders with bazookas everywhere. That was kind of screwing me. But, hey. Alright, we are going to get Panzeri Divisiona Maverick versus 15 Scots Maverick. Roy says, oh no, yeah, I read this comment about is getting cryo times D6 mils. They're not good, but the idea was to kind of use them just for pinning a little bit while I rush for the few infantry fights that I have, because I don't really have a lot of infantry. But yeah, it did really work out. I didn't actually use them. I probably just don't take them because honestly they're quite bad. Before we get into it, let's do some quick changes to this one. Because I have been convinced lately that these are probably a good call. Quite a bit cheaper. They're also faster. They're not quite as maneuverable. So maybe I just do like the Spitfires a lot. But maybe we get three of those. It's cheaper. Why did I take the ammo in A? I mean, obviously it's a meme rush deck, but I think ammo in R, no, we don't have M10s. Well, not the APCR ones at least. I can't remember why. Okay, I know what we're going to do though. We're going to take the off map to help us push. We don't need the 60 mils. We're still going to only take those. Or what we could also do, well, no, we're rushing with armor. We don't need this in A phase. We don't do an opener. For a tournament game, or like for a serious build, actually, this phase is a good opener. But we don't do that. We rush here. This is for the weak. We don't need this. We need this. So yeah, I think off-map in B-phase though is quite useful, because then we kind of can't really rush anymore. Then we can off-map our way into things. Yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. And like that, I'm actually, yeah, I think I'm happy with that change. We definitely keep. We're you know, we're staying closer to the idea of this deck, which is to just only offense if there exists no defense. I think that's fine. All right, so that's the modification of that one done. I think it's the first time actually you used it for that purpose, which again is it's just a nice filler. I was not really hoping. If I was hoping for a game, I was like, okay, I lose immediately or I kind of win immediately. I wasn't hoping for a game that is actually turning kind of grinded. That is not what it was intended for. I don't know, they've not actually started. Although Jaeger's also one of the... Maybe he's playing for the... No. Oh no, he's just doing a practice game. All right, let's look at the division real quick. It's 15 Scots Maverick versus Panzer Divisiona Maverick. I didn't know the map, but it's going to be an interesting one. Generally speaking, I do think that Panzer Divisiona could, or not could, I think it works really well against Western Allies. What is Gonzo's built for a tournament division that I've used for inspiration, but it works as well. But against 15 Scots, particularly, probably not so well, because the armor combination is not actually good against that one. It's primarily good against Western Allies that do not have the Churchill. Against the Churchill, now the good thing that it has against 15 Scots, I guess, is the Lati, because it can actually stop the rush quite nicely with that one. And Pack 38 is obviously good for that too. So. But yeah, I think this is not going to be an easy matchup for Panzeri. It's not like the one we've seen with first US Armored, and where I think that was a way better matchup for Panzeri. But it's definitely going to be interesting. Gonna have to wait and see. Now, the one thing that it does well, which is really cool about this division, is that you have a lot of CQC for tank division, which at first it looks like a problem because you don't really have a lot of range. You have these guys, and then you have these guys, and they're not particularly good. But at the same time, tanks division, in my opinion, often struggle with not having, like, CQC is the problem that they really have, because the tanks can do the fighting at range. You don't need a lot of infantry for that. You need your infantry to spot things ahead of time, and deal with some things like AT against the tanks can't, although if you blob them up, they can do that. So CQC is where you really struggle, because this is where your tanks cannot help you at all. So this is also having a lot of Yakari is actually quite useful. There is the thing that this does well. 15 Scots on the other hand is also a really fun one. It's kind of a rushy division with the light armor, if you want to play it that way. Well, okay, this is not maybe not a good example, but these here are. So that's quite cool. And then obviously you reinforce with the Churchills, including these two, which are just super hard to kill for anything. And I think Pansari doesn't really have many good tools for that. D34, 85 up close can do it. The AC152 can do it, and I think that's about it. Well, Pack 40 up close can also do it, but other than that, it's going to be tricky. You obviously can do some air spamming. But yeah, the Churchills, I think, like the rushing is the highlight, and then following up by Churchills, which are super efficient. So if you get them in time into your town, and you can hold for that long, you can actually trade very efficiently in towns with it. Because, I mean, this thing, look at this go. This thing go. It has 2 PSA, which is a good machine gun. It doesn't have an HE gun with HE though, so this is the downside. But there's 12 rounds a minute, 105 millimeters of armor. You also get APCR. This is basically a Valentine, just with proper armor and for only 5 points more. With APCR, like this is insane. This thing is really good. Just not against the infantry. That's kind of the downside to it. This thing is kind of the same, but with way worse rate of fire. But you do get HE, so this thing's better against infantry. Still has good armor, actually. Against something like a Sherman, for example, this actually is, I think, good, because the extra 5 millimeters of armor makes quite a difference. It doesn't have stabilizers, though, so that's the downside. And it's also much cheaper, so it just rates very efficiently. But, yeah, not having the rate of fire is a big downgrade. Like, the rate of fire is what makes this so good against tanks. It's really hard to win fights against this. And because it is so cheap, it's it is so efficient. It's really hard to trade against this in an efficient way, and that is one of the biggest problems that this can cause you. It's the same. It's the same reason why the Valentine is so good. If the Valentine would have less rate of fire, it would not win as consistently. Meaning that it will still be super efficient at trading, but it's not a like you lose card. Whereas this and the Valentine is like, okay, because of the rate of fire, you will lose that fight, generally speaking. So this is why this is so good. One of the things that makes it super strong, also you have like tons of off map. You have this thing, which is 203, which is strong, and then you also have the 140, which is also strong. So you can just blast your way through the whole game. It's quite fun as well. Oh, it's on Tannenberg. Yeah, okay. This will depend a lot then. So I would probably give 15 Scots the advantage there, because Tannenberg is very linear. So the churches can get some value there, and you have, but at the same time, we need to go to Pansari. At the same time, the T3045s can actually stop it quite well. So those are good against the Churchills in the town. It also is a 2k tool, so you can get cheap 2k. Well, I guess Gus got us cheaper 2k. But yeah, and if he gets in positions where the Stux has range, I think it'll do quite well too. The other thing that is quite important, I think, from Pansari here is 50s does not have good CQC. So Pansari can, in the center, win very easily with all the Yakari. That's going to be a massive problem. What is not so good for Pansari is the light tanks, because on this map you can't just maneuver around and flank as easily. You can, it's just not as easy. So these things getting value against Stuarts or even medium tanks is much, much harder. That's kind of the downside I see for it. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting fight, because I think both sides have some strengths. Because again, if we're into the closer ranges, the Churchills really dominate, I think. Not so much against these, but they can still win consistently against Stormy, I think, if they get in range. Especially APCR range, but probably don't really need that. 15 can still off-map the center, so I think it's going to be interesting no matter what. Cosmic says Tun is easy for 15 Scott. The center forest is where Pansari wins, but that's one flag. Well, it's more than one flag, but it's not quite enough. Size is more important, and the Churchill are very strong. Yeah, It depends. I've had a lot of games. Maybe that's just because I suck at Sandberg, and I say this again and again. I suck on this map hard. But I do think if you can win one flank for you and just hold it, and then you can win the center, it is really problematic. If you can win both sides entirely, it's going to be problematic. In summer, it's good to begin. Oh, your pause is bringing that thing up again. If I hope you see some Milan. If you haven't seen my latest cast, I said Milonen instead of Nelonen for the Panzer IV. Milonen is the like plural of melons in German. So I kind of a little bit of a brain fart moment. More of a prolonged brain fart period than just a single moment, but it was fun nonetheless. Yeah, of course it had to be brought up again. But you're right, Koenig. They're nice in the summer. Center Forest is still a big deal on Tannenberg and a lot of games. See, I feel like that as well. So I assume it's not just me who struggles with that sometimes. Thank you, Roy. I feel okay. It's not just me. Oh, they're deploying. Let's go. But yeah, I do believe that the flanks are definitely in the favor of 15 Scots, but if Divisiona can hold one flank and get the center, this is what's going to decide it. Also, depending on what side you have, the central forest can actually give you angles into the flank as well. This is another important thing. I think the big problem that 15 Scots going to have is it is even slower than Panzer Divisiona, and that one is already slow. So it's going to be a tricky one. But both are really cool divisions. So this is a really cool matchup, in my opinion. What was that? All right, let's see who picked what. I've seen Goscon and Pansari previously, but that was a long time ago when I played a tournament game against him. That was, I think it's actually a tournament game that I recorded when playing. Or maybe I casted it afterwards. I don't know. It is Balin Lepa, though, who plays it. But yeah, it's... I wouldn't have been surprised if he played it, because if he has played it, I think he might like it. Koenig says Vision's got his fast, but only yes, yeah. But what I mean is like the essential tools that make it really like give it holding power in the town might arrive a little bit too late compared to Pansari. Although no, Pansari's that's not that slow either. It's gonna be interesting regardless. Now Gosco got what I would consider the good side, personally. I think for him being better at CQ, no. I think for Paladin Lepa, it's also the good side because he can. This is, in my opinion, better to push and win with CQC than this one, and like to get value because you can push in this and you can actually pressure this town, whereas over here you cannot really do the same. This is why I think this is actually better for Paladin Lepa. If he can get in here, which is going to be tricky, he can definitely do the same thing that I've seen multiple CQC divisions doing recently, every time I played against them. So I've slowly started to figure out that this might be the way to do it. You take this, and then you take the center afterwards, and then you kind of win. Because your opponent cannot compensate for it over here. But let's see how this is going to go. Alot says I love this map. Oh, jeez, I hate this map with a glowing passion. I think it's a fun map in principle. I just never understood it and still don't. It's not that I can't look at it and get like realize some things. I just can't play it at all. Hate it with a glowing passion at this point. Don't be revealing state secrets. Who is revealing state secrets? Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I mean, the one thing that Pansari probably can't do is push in here and protect it good enough against air spam. What state secrets do I reveal, Roy? But yeah, I mean, the one thing that 15 Scots can do to prevent this whole thing is hold this and then hold towards here, because this is where the danger's going to come from. And if you hold this, you can actually try to block this road off over here and make it hard for blue side to really reinforce this with any armor. So then building up a push from here into here is much harder. Also, again, you can't really protect this with AA coverage very easily, unless you go very, very close. So there's a potential that Goscott has a chance of getting these back with some air spam. The off map is also an option, but the off map is only a one-time thing, kind of. More than once, but you get the concept. So this is where I think, again, 15s will struggle a little bit. But if you can hold here, it's going to go well. If you can't hold here, he at least has a chance to get this back. But yeah, it's going to be interesting no matter what. Now, the Lattes are going to be quite useful for Pansari if Goscott decides to rush, which a lot of people do when they have light armor. So you Morbrook, are you here? No, just kidding. So you can actually, if you can kind of get some nice choice with it if you know your opponent's going to do it. So if Goscott falls for it, he might trade poorly for a little bit. You mentioned you're bad at French. What language do you speak? German and English, basically. And again, a little bit of French. It used to be better. I always sucked at it. Like, I'm not that good with languages, to be honest. English is only good because I learned by practicing, basically. It's the only way I learn languages well. So, yeah. A little bit of French still, but hardly speaking. More understanding is still okay, but speaking is difficult these days. So that's it. It's actually quite embarrassing for a Swiss because we have 4 national languages and I suck at 1. I can only speak my mother tongue and English. But yeah. So over here, we do have some Yakarin Lighter. They're going to be going for the center, which is an easy win. Although, again, I'm not actually so sure if you really should push it this early on. We just don't know if that helps. I'm not so sure if you really should push it that heavily early on. And the reason for that is you can always take this if you have to seek it. So you should probably better focus in one place that you really want to take. Make sure you take it, and then you take the center later on. This is not going to run away. You can always do that. He can also try to get in here, but in this particular match, we do not want to do that because there's not enough rushing power in Panzer Division to do that. It looks like Paladin Lep is going with a more balanced approach. It definitely has some, well, a lot of things are cheap, so it kind of looks like it's going with a balanced approach, and it might not be that balanced. I mean, it's definitely more valuable stuff than South here with the IDBSV and the IC-152. Not a lot of actual armor to follow up, like the Nelonen or the Sturmi. That's a bit surprising. Guscott's taking his time. Guscott is a very slow deployer. He puts a lot of thoughts in this deployment. They're probably going to be waiting here for a little bit. Hello, Emil. This is the thing. This is why I love to cast these 2 players, because I think both of them are not following the meta, and they're just going with some fun ideas. And as I said in the game when we were doing game 1, Goscott comes up with a lot of ideas. It's always fun to watch because, again, sometimes they're not that good and they fail, and then sometimes they actually work, and you're like, oh wow, I did not actually know this was a smart idea. I looked at it like. I have had some plays, seen some plays when I played against, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I did not expect that, and it actually worked quite well. So this is why I always love to watch him. And Paladin Lepa, I mean, I've not really seen him with many meta diffs either. It's just fun stuff. They're usually in for a show. Except his Festung Lancashire. This is if him with that division is actually quite scary. So that is almost meta for him, I feel like. I don't actually, I need to double check, but I think I said it early on. I think for Paladin Lepa, the season has not been going so well. For Goscott, I don't actually know. I'm not sure if it really still matters for either of those. Let me double check real quick, now we can know what's at stake here. Let me get the division, the challenge real quick. There we go. Yeah, okay. Paladin Leper's lost 3 out of 4 games, so he's definitely not going to make it. Gusgod has not looking very good for him either, though. He's 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie, and he's lost game 1, so he definitely will want to win that. At the moment, he's tied with another player, and there's one player, Snipping Chance, who could still make it. So there's a lot still unclear here, depending on how some of these games go. So Gusgod's definitely want to get a tie here, because I think if he gets a tie, he's probably safe. If not, not so easy. Because he tied with the other guy, so he could at least play a tiebreaker against him, and against Snipping Chinos he won. So yeah, I think for Paladin Leper, nothing's at stake here anymore. He's pretty much out of he's not going to make it into the playoffs. But that doesn't mean he can give it an effort and some good plays, some good games. I mean, obviously, you still want to get some wins in. So, and he's proven in game 1 that he definitely can do that. Like, when I played against him for the first time, I did not know him previously at all. I played against him the first time in the last arena season. Not arena season, sorry, league season. And he pulled out Fast on occasion. I was kind of like, okay, what should I expect for that? And he got a rush down with 105s in the open. That was kind of scary. Got me out of some good positions too. Yeah, that was a wild game. That was a fun one. I had a hard time coming back in that one. Okay, so more things coming from Guscott. We do see some CQC, so it looks like he's trying to contest this. The problem is just not really going to be able to... He's not really going to be able to do that long term. So I'm not really sure if it's worth it. Really, like I would probably put a flamer in here and then like units in here and here to try and hold it. But I'm not sure if this is the way, because again, I suck on this map. Now he's definitely deploying a bit of light armor, so maybe the Latis could pay off here. Do we see so he's the Humber? Oh, it's both Humbers. Okay, let me introduce you to secret. This thing is absolute trash. I think it's no, I'm pretty sure it's the same one that you also have in. Yeah, I think it's the same one you also have in for Canadian. This thing just sucks. Doesn't do very well for whatever reason. I think it just doesn't do enough damage and suppression, which is kind of a shame, but it is what it is. 6 Panda coming in. Doesn't he? Hold on. Does 15 Scots not get... Oh, no, it is... It's a CMP. For a second, I thought from the icon it was bad. I was like, what? Maybe that's this matchup is interesting. It definitely is. I mean, it is an exciting one. Quite curious to see. It's also pretty wild deployment. It's not actually going very strong here. Oh, there we go. All right. Defensive over here. Defensive over here. Interesting position for 6 pounder. I will probably not try to do that, but maybe it's going to work. It isn't a 50 cal, even though it's a 15mm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That is pretty much confirming what I thought about it previously. And seen it doing, really. They're trying to get in here. Oh, Lati in this position. It looks like he's expecting rush into here, which is almost happening, but not quite. Yeah. Okay, very defensive. Okay, yeah, Guscot's going in very defensive over here, actually. So the Flamers are not going in here. The Flamers are meant to rush in here and get early positions, which is definitely the right way of doing it. Light armor is not rushing too deep. There's no Lati up here, which is where probably could do some work. This is going to be a bit of a problem. I'm not sure why... Yeah... Well... No, it's not going to get in. Tarkan Puya is going to get a lot of value here. 6 pounder, even if it gets in, the Tarkan Puya is just going to shred that to pieces. The Light Doriunda can also kill her, so you might want to load that 6 pounder now. Light Doriunda just rushing in. I think it's going to get it, unless the 6 pounder kills it in time. No, now it unloaded, and now it's in... something is pinning it. Oh, the Vickers. Yeah, so this thing is basically useless. Blenheim coming in to go after the Vickers over here. So there was an attempt to rush into this. Did not really work out super well. Churchills are now coming. They're going to be way too late, though. This is way too far forward. This is the typical mistake. We talked about it when we watched Yapasa versus Curb. It is the classical mistake that we talked about of calling things into the positions you want them when you call them in, and not where you will need them by the time they arrive, which for Churchills is going to be quite some time after you call them in. Matrix rifles and rifle spear coming, but I think it'd be too deep at the moment. Gascot should probably do damage control, just try to hold at least this corner, because this is exactly what I was talking about. What could happen and has so far happened every time also I've played against CXC Division. They always push in here, and then they take this, because this is easy to take, and this you kind of need, because just taking the center really doesn't do it. But once you get both, you're kind of good. And over here, Gasco can't just really compensate for this well enough. This is going to be the big problem over here. T26 being a little bit annoying here, but the churches are slowly arriving. There's also triples and right at the start. Wow, so it looks like he was afraid of this getting bombed. So K85 coming is going to be a problem. He can deal with the crocodile at some range, whereas the crocodile will still struggle. Okay, it looks like there was not really enough of a fast follow-up, but now the shift happens with T28 and the ISU. Huge missed opportunity by Paladin Leper for not really pushing deeper. I think he would have kind of needed to. He gives Gascot time to actually defend and hold this. And the 2k here is going to be a problem long term. Like, Gascot is superior at 2k. So if Gascot can hold this and then get the flags, this is a disaster for Paladin Leper. If Gascot can also hold this. Because then all of a sudden the flags that he can take over here are not really compensating enough for the flag he's losing over here. If Gascot also gets up 1 or 2 flags over here at least. But this is a dangerous situation, actually. Now, I love the idea of just taking your armor and shifting it. This is a very, very good thing to do. But in this particular case, I think just brute forcing the Wayne would probably have been the right call. But at the same time, I think Paladin Leopard did deploy a little bit too heavily over here. Also, obviously reinforced with the Sotka 85 over here, instead of just giving this up. It's a bit of a ballsy play, but it actually pays off if you just give up this part of the town and take this entirely. It's definitely high risk, high reward, but the reward is very high. If you take this fully and then can take the center, it's basically a win. Seen this a few times now, and it's just hard to come back from that. Yeah, Gascot slowly fighting his way back in. There's a large in Light Oriunta, so things are there. Oh, the Gladiator's doing some dogfighting, and he kills off the Oster. Funny enough. Tripulse is in now. Oh, is dangerous? BAF can get there. Or this thing, yeah. This is why you always do... First of all, it doesn't have radio. And also doesn't have the Piat. This is the main thing. This is why, personally, in my personal opinion, you always want to take the leaders with the Piat. Roy says, and those short mid-range fights in the cities are in favor of 15th ammo. Yes, absolutely. This is the problem here. Like, I think he's giving Gascot a perfect way of getting back into the game. Because Gascot can win the city fight, then he can win the range fight. And that's basically that. The only problem in the cities is going to be 1750 meter range, but even that, the Crocodile can just push through that. But against the Crocodile, these two can do the work. Once they're taken out, I think it's in favor of 15th on the sides, that is. So an early push, full push into this would probably have won Paladin Leopard the game, considering how strong Gascot went up here and how weakly he deployed over there. Stabilizing with a rifle spear. That will buy him some time, but it's not going to work forever, because at some point CKC will push through here. Now it's going to be goodbye. But he's reinforcing that with his whole engineered pennies as well. But in Leopard is reinforcing with some armor. 45 mil. 50 mil. But this is too close. This is also the example of reinforcing, putting things like calling in reinforcements to where you want them, not where they need to be when they arrive. Now, IC-152 is in a very passive position here, but it is in a decent spot to just hold this off for a little bit. But Gascot should probably still be able to just push at least for this flag, like get it, and maybe even get that one, but really, like, much further is not really going to be an option. 6-pounder is being shifted to stop the T26, and the Humber can actually move up here and do absolutely nothing against the Akari because it's such a bad unit. Churchill come in. Oh, this is the 2K T1 as well. Oh, this is dangerous though. That could snipe some reinforcements in the long run. Same for the Takapuya. Oh, actually, speaking of reinforcements, can he snipe the Lati? That did just that. But yeah, this flag is just barely held. Churchill here. Did he just use the APCR? Yeah, he did use the APCR. Might want to turn that off. But it's going to kill it eventually. Down the T-26 goes. It might get flanked here, but this is going to be taking a long time. What's actually the range of this? Oh, yeah, it is 1500 meter range. They could get some signatures on the Churchill. What's the armor on that? Well, okay. Actually, at max range, might not pen it. Not easily, at least. And there we go. The Churchill is just pushing. Sotka 85 come in. Gascott will need some 2k for that. He should have somewhere some... what are they called? Oh, actually, okay. At the cost of running out of ammo, he killed the Yakari. But this is going to be dangerous. We do have here a little bit of an infiltration happening with the Lati. So I see a lot of things getting sniped there if they arrive at some point. So at the moment they're just standing there. And Photon out for Gascott. Not looking very good. Gladiator coming in. Tripolson's going to kill that off. Rumi also coming in. I'm still not sure. Some people love this thing. Apparently it is quite good. I've never really looked into it too much. Because it's kind of... Like in 6th Airborne you take it. Usually I do not take it in... which other division gets it? Well, this division gets it. I think another one. Might be mistaken though. Yeah, never really used in this division, but maybe it's actually still quite good for 85 points. I'm still never really sure if the triple 20mm is just better than the Bofors. And you all know I'm kind of a Bofors hater, but oh no. BFC is going to get a side shot on the Crocodile. And the 85 Sotka 85 is just falling back a little bit so that the Crocodile can't start shooting at it. It will just bounce on forever though, but I think the BFC is going to take it out. Gascott probably got a little bit ahead of himself here. He's not in a hurry. He has the 1410. He can just sit here and reinforce. And then Grizzly's Air should be like 10 points more expensive for what it brings. Okay. So it's cost efficient for its price. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not sure if it's worth having a unit that is just not really the same level of performance of the good old flag filling and has the limited range of the flag filling. This is what I'm a little bit worried about. Oh, there we go. It got penned. I think it's now going after BFC. Oh, it did not have to show side armor. Oh, there was one shot still going through. But this thing only needs to pen once now. It's quite good. Triple damage does a lot of damage, but in 12 you can have all the AS armor. Well, I mean, so just to be clear, I'm not saying it's a bad unit. For me, it's just, is it really outperforming? Is it really outperforming things like a Bofors? Because the Bofors has range. Obviously, it's more lethal, but the Bofors has more range to force a plane off. Whereas this thing has 120mm less than a flak filling. So that's kind of my point. And now for the armored units, to be honest, this is kind of a hit. This is a mixed bag, honestly, because the problem that those have, it's better. Okay. That's the answer I was looking for. But yeah, the problem that that comes with... Sorry. No, but what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the armored AA. The armored AA in 15. The problem that has is it just has a very low ammo count. You will have to resupply it. And that is not nice. Speaking of resupplies, the Sotka 85 is going to get resupplies. It's running out of AP shells. It's just bouncing on the Crocodile. Oh, I've never really seen that. The Nilonen is coming in. See, I can pronounce it correctly. Well, no, pronounce it not, but I can say an N instead of an M. 17 pounder coming in. That should take care of the Sotka 85. Roy says Bofors really kills at least rarely. Yeah, I know that the Bofors doesn't really kill, but the question is, since it has one less 20mm, does it actually kill often enough? And does it stop fast enough to be able to justify using it over the Bofors? That's my main concern about it. Like the killing is, yeah, absolutely. It is much more like most things are more lethal than a Bofors. Bofors really suck for lethality. Oh, and the transport rifle for no reason. The Paulson is also slightly better. Oh, is it? Okay, this I didn't know. What does it do better than the... Okay, yeah, then it's a different story. If I always thought it was just 320 mils, basically. So this is why I was very skeptical about it. But if it is actually more than that, then it's definitely a different story. Over here, I think we're going to see another Sotka 85 running out of ammo, as it is shooting at a crocodile. So far not hitting. Gus got on a 15-9 as he pushed both flanks. And yeah, I mean, the shifting here didn't really... Yes, IC-152, as far as I can tell, did not really do enough damage. It looks like it shot at some things over here. Might have even killed that, although from the positioning here... In terms of positioning, probably not. So I don't really... Yeah, I just don't really think the shift here paid off at all. He also has a commander, which is still expensive. I'm seeing a T-34-85 running out of APs, both unexpected and funny. Yes, I've never seen that. It is still funny to see. 150 come in, brings it quite close, but he wants to be probably as accurate as possible to take out that 17-pounder, which is a massive problem for him, admittedly. That being said, even if he gets rid of that, the crocodile is not going to get away, and that's the big problem here. 20 mil is having a go at Sherman. At Churchill. Not really damaged. But, you know, you could just hide it in here and continue going after the Churchill. Eventually, you are going to kill it. You would be surprised about how much damage those can do. Blenheim actually gets in. Typhoon's going to take that down. I think he tried to bomb the Churchill. Churchill is... Oh, wow. I've never seen a tank like this damage. It's probably like down to 1 HP or something like that. Look at how... Like, just destroyed and rusty and everything it is. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, this is... I assume this is what 1 HP looks like. Because I've seen very damaged tanks, but it's usually... It's a medium tank. It gets 1 pen, so it has 2 HP left. And it does not look as damaged as this, so this is probably how it looks. Oh, the Nelonen did get a kill. Crocodile is turning towards not the Nelonen, so it might get killed here. You think... Oh, Pulse's wave off 10. Okay. Yeah, that makes a difference, of course. Typhoon misses. The Lati might get roasted here. It may not. The Kivari trying to... Yeah, I tried to move into the position to kill off the crocodile, but it is now too far away. 70-pounder does spot... Oh no. Oh no. It's the ammo, I think. Thought for a second it was the ITBSV. Oh, the Vickers did spot it. There we go. 150 did take out the 17-pounder. The crocodile is still there, and the Nelon is getting resupplied by supply truck. It's not going to run out, but I have some serious doubt that it's going to get... Well, eventually it's going to pen. If it shoots a... Well, no, actually, no. It's max range pen. It's point blank pen is already below... is already below the... Hold on. What if you turn off the AP? It would shoot HE, right? This thing is 1 HP, so eventually it should die. Tell me this... I'm actually thinking this might be the way of killing this now. And I'm that serious about it. I think that should work. Unless it doesn't shoot the HE at it. Okay, the BT will also do that. Oh, the Lati is claiming a kill here. He's put it on a vision shot as well, which is definitely smart. Oh, the Tripulse is going to wreck that. Broop. And bye. I love the idea. 107. It's being used up very close, so it's going to be somewhat accurate at this range, and it's gonna hit, and it's gonna hurt. This thing is quite deadly. Crocodile's going after some poor Nostavaki. Nelonen still has plenty of ammo, still going. BTs are about to arrive. Now, those will obliterate that crocodile. With... really, they don't even need the flames, but the flames can actually kill mediums as well. And they do have 8 HP, so they also easily die to medium, unfortunately. It's a really fun thing to use. Like you can watch medium tanks like this. It's actually quite funny. We see more of them over here as well. Oh, did the Sturm get it? No, I think it's spots the motorized rifles. Well, it's going to give Paladin Leopard flag back though, but I think also this flag is only barely. Well, okay, you're also only barely holding that one, so it kind of goes both ways here. I do think that Paladin Leopard's probably not really going to get back into this. He definitely needs to find a way to like push into this, but I think he might not have any bazooka units. And without any like 50 mils in here to smoke or shell his way in, he's not really going to get in here or in here. And even then, that's only 2 flags. And over here, it's not looking very good for him. So, gonna be tricky. Oh, look at that. Crocodile finally died, and so did the half-track. And over here, it's reading time for the BTs. Achilles also about to arrive. They can definitely shoot at those. Typhoon coming in, trying to go after the BF 109. Oh, it's a rocket one. And looks like the IDBSV over here died. In case you don't know, the IDBSV is actually really nice. This thing is, I mean, it's a Nimrod, but it's a Nimrod that still has 10 HP. Unlike the actual Nimrod. So this thing is really good. Because you can shred tanks up close for this. It's quite fun. If you've never seen it, you missed the good old days of Nimrods being, well, it was quite annoying. It's having 10 HP and killing mediums up close. This thing can still do it. And you don't have infinite AA in Panzerdivision, so here you might not want to use it for that, but it can still do it. This Churchill is not a crocodile. It will die way, way faster. And we can actually see, yeah, he's turned off the HE. Let's go. Look at that. Oh, no, they're not shooting at the... Oh, they can't see it. No. I was so happy to see that thing die to flames. It's just funny watching tanks die to the flames. Oh, look at that. The lot is continuing its journey again. And it is soon in position. Going to be in position. And that can be a massive problem for Gascon. That can get you some kills. Oh, Achilles spotted the Stormy. He's got 1 pen. It's going to get another one. Be a recon tank. Well, I mean, if he doesn't have other recon options, I guess that's going to do it. Achilles coming in. The BT. Oh no, you can't spot this. I can't shoot at this, sorry. It only has the flames. Oh, it does. What? That was not 1750 meter range though. It's disengaging now. I mean, 2 or 3 of them with the HE might even be able to kill their killers, maybe, but the killers will easily kill one of them, so not really sure that's worth it. Well, I'm not really sure. I think it's not worth it. Oh, the last unity holding the front line just fell. So one little steward or something like that getting up here, killing that thing. Well, it's not going to be that easy, but 6 Expander moving up, killing it, and then something moving in here. It's going to give would give Gascon on the flag for good. Or he's trying to take the center with the off map. He doesn't know there's basically nothing here. Maybe it would actually be cool. He has them. We've seen it on the start. I think he should probably just send an Oster in here. Try and see if there's anything there. Oh no. Unfortunately for Paladin Leopard is about to reinforce that. Let's see how it looks by the time the church arrives, because this is still going to take like 10 minutes or so. So probably the game is over by then. 150 is going after the Achilles. Nicely prepares that for a follow-up for Paladin Leopard, but it's not looking very good for Paladin Leopard. If he is pushed out of the town entirely, it's just holding thanks to the Sotska 85 and the BTs, I guess. What does the BT spot? Not sure. But yeah, I mean, if Gascon really wanted, he could probably just push him to the spawn at this point. Probably it's not worth the points. I think it's just the 1 flag here. This one maybe, but... Ah, okay, there comes the Oster. Just going to see if it's actually... You probably want to do this before you buy it, but at least now he has the information about what's actually there. And over here, the Achilles is killing the T-26, so Vision is about to go away. Nostrovaki managed to get in. Oh, AEC managed to sneak around here as well. This thing is actually pretty good. It's 9 moves of penetration. So it is quite nice. It's also decently fast for that. It's like combo speed. Oh, Typhoon coming in for a bombing run. Goodbye, Nostovaki. Do see Sturmy coming in, though. Over here, the BT is using 2k HE against the Achilles. Oh. No, it's not KD5. Oh, he gets killed by what? What just killed it? Was it the Achilles that had a shot that was still going? Or what? No, this is not in... Nothing is in flanking position or has the range to take it out. I think it must have been the Achilles. Just didn't see the shell. Wow. That already has been marked, so it looks like counter battery is incoming. Yep, the 140 is already on it. There's a leader next to it and some supplies. Oh, the 107 is being targeted over here. Oh, now the BTs are going after the Achilles at indirect fire. I mean, they can do some damage. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, the Achilles is also very low in health. Oh, 70 Bandado is still alive. Pushing for it now. 107 also still alive, but also getting shelled. Let's see how the counter battery war is going. Another Stormy and T26 coming in over there. Ooh, that looks like it's going to hit. No. Well, that was disappointing. Off map is about to arrive. The field engineers unfortunately have died, so did the 107. Oh no, there's more. So the off map can go down. Now it's actually worth off mapping this, and he can just move in. Also, as Tripolson's higher capacity and slower reload than single 20 mils, basically the same sustained rate of fire, but a bit more burst when the plane comes. Okay, that's quite nice though. That's quite nice. Otherwise, it's the exact same stuff as freezing. Wait, so it's not even like the flak feeling where it's better than the free single 20 mils. The BT is still going after this, but the Achilles has fallen back. 70 man is meanwhile advanced. Artillery is moved. This artillery is still going after it. Off map is being dropped a little bit too... Yeah, this is a bit too early. So basically, if you look at the front line and check out where Gasco's nearest units is, you take that to the center of the front line, and then you have to travel the same distance on the other side. So you can easily guess that nothing's right here. Just because Gasco has nothing right there either. Well, that's a bit of a miss, but honestly, I don't think it matters at this point, and Gasco can just drop another one. It's probably still not going to win him the center long term, but it's still going to be there. No, flak feeling is like 8 single guns equivalent. Triples is only slightly more efficient than single guns. Oh, okay, so it's... I have very conflicting information now, do you know that? Because I have the master of stats saying one thing, who I definitely trust when it comes to any stats in the game. And I have Emil, who I trust with his judgment about units, telling me another thing. So this is not really helpful at all. Commander is dangerously close to the crocodile. And it does not have good armor. I think the crocodile's busy with the leader 26 over here. No. Oh, maybe it spots the Akari. It's definitely not seeing the commander anymore. That much is for sure. 17-pounder having another go at some Nostovaki. Trying to fix the 59 here, but it's not really. It's only like a temporary fix. So I think we can also... No, we can't skip ahead because this is another one that's probably decided at this point. Or did the BT7 move into direct fire mode? It did. 17-pounder has a go with it. Misses. That's goodbye 17-pounder at this point. Okay, BT42 also misses. 17-pounder has a second chance. Still misses. BT42 does not. Down the 17-pounder goes. AC is... did he just kill the transport here? Not so sure. Dangerously close to the Stormy, but the Stormy will one-shot it. The AC will not one-shot the Stormy. Stormy spots the rifles. Trying to move forward and make sure that the 15-9 stays. Only 3 minutes left, and Gascot is about to get a flag back here. Although this time it dropped the off-map maybe a little bit too far back. Church got a gun jammed. So Pack 38 does its best to try and get past it. Ooh, rifle ship might also get a bleach out here by the BT-42. Well, there we go. He gets it. It's gonna fall very soon though, if the CXCP and Erie moving in. Off-map drops, but a little bit this time a little bit too far behind. And I think this blob will still lose against 2 of those, especially for the Akari follow-up as well. But again, not really matter anymore. Not a Churchill engaging. I'm not sure what it is engaging. Oh, did it spot the transport here maybe? Yeah, it did. Miss. Oh! 17 pounder or 6 pounder, one of them did it. A row of gladiators coming in. There's a Pulsar and a Crusader Mark 1, so maybe one of them gets through, but if they do, they get killed, so yeah, not sure if that's worth it. Oh, he needs to adjust his targets very quickly. Not sure what that one is going after. Typhoon's coming in. Trying to kill the recon. No, now focusing on J87. It's very suppressed, so oh. Well, the Achilles was also very damaged, so down it goes. I was going to say that might just save it, but it's not. Typhoon is on the turn, and even though it has the bomb still on, it's still a very fast plane. Like, this is the speed of a lot of fighters, actually. So it should catch up, and it's probably going to get one of the Blenheims. Yeah, down it goes. Might even get to... it might despawn by now. Also, the Bofors might stop it. And there's the IDBSV. It might actually go down for this. But it could kill a Blenheim. Actually, the leader is not close enough to the IDPSV, so the Typhoon might get out. Also, a Gladiator died on its way out too. Tripulson died. Yeah, he bombed it. The Typhoon did get out. I mean, he killed 3 planes in that one go. I mean, that's a massive win. That's the end of Paladin Leper's Air Force by 1 plane, which is actually quite sad. I mean, this game is really not going to... This is really not gone his way. And again, the only thing you could really do is get in here and get the center. And I think by moving away too early and actually investing too much over here, just kind of gave away that chance that he had. Because as soon as it is at range, or at very close range, like long range and very close range is where 15s has the advantage here. Only in between those is where the Nilon can actually kind of start to us. 750 meter range is where the advantage lies with Paladin Leper, basically. Otherwise, it's on Guscot's side. And of course, here on the infantry side, but yeah, again, for that to really matter, Paladin Leper cannot lose the sides. But as 20 mils have pretty long reload, so it's possible they only get 1 magazine off before the plane gets in. The bigger mag on the Tripulson, 50% more to be precise, could actually be pretty big. Okay, that's important to note. And of course, 3 20 mils will cost 105, so I don't know, maybe using a terrible word for it. Oh, true, yeah, you're right. Flak failing blows it out of the water. Okay, so it is, okay. So it is still good, it's just not, yeah, okay, that makes sense then. That kind of, then there we go, 15-9 at the end. Brings Guscot the win. So congratulations to Guscot. I think his tie might actually secure him the place in the playoffs now. Because that means even if Snipping Genius wins his game, the last remaining game, Guscot winning against him means that Guscot would, in a tie, win against him automatically. And Paladin Leper, yeah, this is his only tie, and he only has losses. So for him, it didn't really change anything. But he got a nice win in game 1, and this one, I mean, he made a good effort, but it was basically as soon as he was kept at range, there's not much he could do with this division. That was kind of to be expected. He needed to get in and then lock Guscot out. That was his win condition, and he can really pull that off. Crocodile getting some value there, and of course, it did lead to a. Or maybe it was that one. Not 100% sure. But yeah, I mean, it did lead to the first time us seeing, or at least me seeing, a T-34-85 running out of AP, that is. So it did enough, I think, in this game. Yeah, look at the Typhoon. Blenheim, J87, Blenheim. That's a massive kill list. Also casually killed 2 Nostovaki on the side of it. 17 pound. Oh, he killed the S1 Yeah, I never really saw this going down. It's the same thing that killed the ammo. So, and oh no, and then they pushed forward and killed the IDPS V41 and the BT. No. Achilles, killing some BTs. Sending Panda killing another one. Yeah, this was just not a good game for Paladin Leper. It was fun to watch, but it was rough. I mean, he actually fought well, and the trades were not that bad. It's just not much he could actually do on the map because it was just locked out, and that is just the unfortunate reality of this matchup. I just wanted to get some good kills. I mean, the Light Oriunta and the Lati did. Oh, we have not actually seen if the Lati that snuck around did anything in the end, but I kind of don't think it did. Oh, look at this Kivari go. They got a wow. How did they achieve that? That's quite huge, actually. The Nelon did kill a lot of things. BT-42 killed also a lot of things, although I think most of them indirect fire, or did I just not see them? That would be very sad if I missed them obliterating something with flames. The 150 actually got some kills here too, including an Achilles. That's not what I would have expected. And then some CQC doing well. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Again, that was a very rough game. But well played. So congrats to both players for their respective wins. And thanks for giving us 2 entertaining games. So I think we'll end it here. We've had our fair share of games seeing today. So yeah, thanks for joining in. It was a pleasure as always. Also, do remember that on Saturday, 3 p.m. CEST, so European Summertime, Central European Summertime, there will be another community stream. So for those of you who've missed the first one, the idea is just that there's a little bit more interaction with you, the viewers. And yeah, just change it up a little bit. We had one last month, and the idea is to have one of these each month. So the kind of thing is, so the concept is really just we'll have 1 or 2 people there like planned before that. And then after that, people can just join and participate if they want to. You can also just sit there and watch. There's no need for you to actively participate. But for those of you who are interested in participating, you can spontaneously, whenever I say like, okay, who wants to do something next, you can just write in the chat. You also need to be in my Discord though for being able to do that, because I need to be able to talk to you somehow. And so the things you can do is for newer players, you can get some coaching if you want to. Just give me a replay of one of your games. We watch it together, preferably with you in the Discord talking to me so that we can talk about it and you can ask your questions. Doesn't need to be. If you're really shy, you can also just don't do that and just send me the replay and just chill in the chat. It's also fine, but the other thing would be much preferable, obviously. You can also give me just a fun matchup and we play that together and just have some fun. If you want to train in for some trash talking, you can join the chat as well. The Discord as well, if you're fine with being heard on stream and trash talking there, or just having some fun and laugh together. If you're a good player, you can come in and share something, explain something, do some coaching for me. Also quite happy with that, obviously, if you want to do that. There's also a lot of other things that you could do. Really anything you can come up with is fine. So just be there and let me know. There's also one more person who can come in who is like determined in advance, so you can also reach out if you're interested in participating. You can also do some backseat gaming, by the way. If you just don't want to have a coaching session for me, but just casually want to see there and tell me what I'm doing wrong. If you're a good player, or if you're a newer player and you feel like I don't properly explain things as I play, you can also do that, the backseat gaming, and just ask all the things that you think I should explain more. All the questions you have, all these kind of things. So all these are options. So be there, join in, and hopefully have some fun. But this will be it for today now. Thank you all for being here. Have a great day, and see you all in the next one.